you are.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage. Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
This game is brought to you by Aaron Mizzarelli of State Farm in Randolph. My licensed and experienced team members are here to serve you for all of your insurance and financial service needs in New Jersey and New York. We offer excellent customer service, and our office is conveniently located in Randolph, New Jersey. For a free auto, home, life, or business quote, visit us at aaronmizzarelli.com or call us at 973-389-9999.
We offer installation of siding, vinyl, and composite. We also do replacement windows, doors, roofs, decks, attic insulation, and e-shield.
Look, I got the new iPhone 16 Pro at Verizon. Apple Intelligence is pretty awesome.
Nice.
You can get it when you trade in any phone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now every phone can be the new iPhone 16 Pro at Verizon. Just trade in any phone in any condition and get iPhone 16 Pro on us. Only on Verizon.
Einhorn Barbarito, Frost, Botwinick, Nunn & Musmano is a full-service law firm guiding you through divorce, estate planning, personal injury, criminal defense, and other life-changing events. To learn more, visit us at einhornlawyers.com. Einhorn Barbarito, with you every step of the way.
David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes. Anjou Chocolat, a luxury chocolate experience. Everyday fine chocolates, holiday baskets, special occasion and wedding party favors, corporate and brand gifting. We can customize everything and create almost anything out of chocolate. Order online at anjou.com or visit our store at 8D Hart Street in Morristown, because chocolate fixes everything.
Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy, located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com.
Pipeworks Services, providing quality plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical services, and insulation for 20 plus years. Our unwavering commitment to excellent service has earned us the trust of North and Central New Jersey communities. Call us today at 973-298-1961 to experience our dependable and caring expertise.
Have you or someone you love been seriously injured? The personal injury lawyers of Einhorn, Barbarito, Frost, Botwinick, Nunn, and Musmano can help you seek compensation to ease the road of recovery ahead. To learn more, visit us at einhornlawyers.com. Einhorn Barbarito, with you every step of the way.
KJM Financial, helping families navigate the college application and financial aid process since 1988. Visit njcollegeguy.com to schedule your free consultation today.
David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes.
Hi, my name is Andrew Shaka. I'm one of the owners here at New Jersey Siding and Windows. We are a family-owned residential remodel firm. Everything we offer here is quality and comes with great warranties. If it's a residential home, there's no home too big for us to work on.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Jen Basilino of the Kosher Real Estate Group, LLC, is a Morris County top real estate agent and New Jersey Circle of Excellence Award winner year over year that takes the time and care to understand your real estate needs and concerns. She's extremely successful in representing clients in selling and purchasing a home, new construction, townhouses, million-dollar homes, rentals, and even commercial properties. Call her today at 973-202-2103.
At Pascarella Brothers, we love creating great food for our customers.
Everything is made daily using real fresh ingredients, and you can taste the difference.
We specialize in creating gluten-free options for our customers, all prepared in a separate area so there's no cross-contamination.
We also pride ourselves on providing unparalleled catering for events big and small.
We love what we do.
Stop into Pascarella Brothers.
You'll taste the difference.
Open Road Mazda of Morristown is your go-to for reliable and affordable vehicles. We offer a wide range of options to match your style and needs. First-time buyers, discover the joy of buying with confidence with our 5-day money-back guarantee. Your journey begins here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown.
Go ahead, take a deep breath. Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
You think you need to do something academically for your child this summer, but you're not sure what. Come see us at Sylvan. We know exactly how to help your child, and it's fun here. Be proactive and make learning part of your summer schedule. Visit sylvansummer.com today.
Athletic Fields of America in Montville, New Jersey has become an industry leader in synthetic turf. Serving the greater New York, New Jersey, and Eastern PA regions, we have delivered hundreds of both synthetic turf and natural grass sports fields for youth and recreational levels all the way up to the highest standards and requirements of the NCAA. Our goal with every project is to provide our customers with exceptional workmanship, extraordinary service, and professional integrity while constructing a superior product that you can enjoy for years to come. Visit athleticfieldsofamerica.com.
Blue Nail was superior in almost every aspect. We worked with contractors for almost everything in the firehouse, and Blue Nail really made us feel comfortable all the way through, from the contract to pre-planning to scheduling, getting the job done. We are thrilled that they were able to do the job for us.
WIS gives me the freedom to be entrepreneurial, innovative. I feel supported to bring 100% of myself and my personality to work each and every day. I'm the CEO of WIS Family Office. I have 2 amazing children. I'm the daughter of French and Italian immigrants. Above all, I'm someone who derives strength and confidence from my ability to connect with others, and I strive to make a difference in their lives.
Third down to give. Montella cuts back up the middle, and he's over 1,000 yards, and he's off to the races.
Up in the air, blocked down!
Dumping in, wide open net. Too easy right there.
Holly Chapman, she'll take off from the wing. That one's good.
Webb trying to get the pin. Here we go.
great senior night ceremony here at Lenby Valley High School.
A 63 save performance by Casey Connor, the Crimson.
And he break his record. Penty Edwards wins it.
First game of your conference schedule.
So good, and we're all so pumped and just happy to
Lineups ahead tonight on Morris Essex.
The only thing is we won't have replay.
All right, good evening and welcome to Hanover Park High School here in East Hanover, New Jersey for a Cardone Cup matchup between the Hanover Park Hornets and the West Essex Knights. My name is Zach Smolin, joined by Nick Dilworth. Nick, it's amazing. We're coming right back into it. It's a big rivalry, first time in 4 years, and should be a lot of fun between these two teams. It's a big test for Hanover Park, and honestly, it's a big test for West Essex as well, because even though they're a bigger school, Hanover Park is a really tough cookie when it comes on the schedule.
Right, you have a Hanover Park coming in at 6-0, really in control of their own destiny if they want that #1 seed in the Group 2 playoffs. And you have West Essex, a Group 3 school at 5-1, who's really been dominant with their rushing game. And now that they started to open up a little bit of a passing attack. So two different styles of football right now. West Essex, more of a ground and pound team, likes to throw it just a little bit. And then you have your Hanover Park, who likes to really spread it out, get the ball open in space.
Yeah, I was going to say, Hanover Park, they are pretty balanced, though, because they actually have more rushing yards than they do passing yards. But that could be a little bit more because of the blowout situations they've been in the past couple of weeks. They've been running the ball almost the entirety of the second half and really the past 3 games.
And I don't know how many games Joey Borrello has actually played in the second half, maybe a couple series here and there, but it's very rare you see him and that starting offense in the fourth quarter. So at those points, you know, you're running the ball, you're trying to get your young pups in to get a little bit of a chance to see what varsity experience is like.
This broadcast is brought to you by a litany of different people, but beginning with our friends at ICS, keeping you cool when it's hot, warm when it's cold. Go to ICSHVAC.com for all of your comfort needs. It is 65 degrees here in East Hanover, New Jersey. We're also brought to you by our friends at JAG Physical Therapy, Tracy Franco at Coldwell Banker, Super Chicks, Online Computer, Paul Miller, Zyphon Ortho, All Class Glass, and today's main sponsor from Hanover Park, Nielsen Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Nielsen Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram has over 600 available pre-owned vehicles to choose from. All vehicles are thoroughly inspected and most are certified. Come save today the Nielsen way at 175 Route 10 in East Hanover, New Jersey. Now, an interesting nugget that I found out about this game, Nick, is that both of these teams have not only top 10, but top 6 defenses in all of the Super Football Conference. Hanover Park are allowing just 8 points per game. That's tied for 4th in the SFC. And over on the other side, with 9 points a game, tied for 6th, are the West Essex Knights. So it's pretty unbelievable what they've been able to do on the defensive side of the ball.
Anytime that you have a record that has 1 or 0 losses, you know your defense is stout, and you know that's how you win championships. Offense wins games, but defense wins championships. And when you have two traditional powerhouse teams such as West Essex and Hanover Park, you know that you're going to see some great defensive battles up front.
And with that, we're hoping to hear a great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner as well here on Big State.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was awesome. And the end of the national anthem means the beginning of football here in East Hanover, New Jersey. West Essex coming in at 5-1. They have already clinched their division because they don't have any more division games left for them to play. And they're 3-0. Hanover Park have also clinched their division thanks to that big win over Pequannock and a loss by Morris Catholic to Pequannock last week. Just clinched that one outright. So both these teams don't have the conference to play for, but don't think that they're letting up anytime soon. They both really want those power points. Right now, they're both number 2 in their respective groups and are 1 seeds, and they'd like to keep it that way, Nick.
Absolutely. And once again, these kind of wins, it's a big-time win for Hanover Park. They get a lot of quality points if they're able to knock off a 5-1 Group 3 school. West Essex knocking off a Group 6 school. It's an extra power point there. So you're going to see both these teams vying for that number 1 seed, home field playoff advantage, and that's what you want, especially going into a very, very tough Group 2 and Group 3.
Well, and it's big for West Essex, too, if they're able to win this game as well, because Hanover Park have all those wins. That's a ton of residual points they'll be able to pick up as well. So for either team, this is a big fish out there on their schedule, as it looks like West Essex will be kicking first, and it will be the sophomore, Robert Warmington, kicking it deep for Hanover Park. Here we go on a return, and they've started using Joey Filippone on those returns as he gets over to the 30-yard line. And just like that, Hanover Park will set up their vaunted offense, starting Joey Borello.
And Joey Borello, again, I believe last week he was perfect in the game, no incompletions, tons of wide open receivers, just feeds the ball where it needs to be. He's an electric dynamite athlete. Right now, I'm looking for West Essex to come out. They have a really big line, defensive line up front. I know it's anchored by their nose guard, who's going to give the Hanover line fits. Excuse me. So let's just see, how they line up and how they adjust to something like that.
First down and 10 from the 30. Borello in the patented shotgun set with Kovacs in motion. They give it to Jack over on the outside, and he's going to go to throw this football to a wide open receiver. There we go. Ayana Cone, 20-10 trickery touchdown for Hanover Park, and the Hornets started off with a bang as they are now up 6-0.
Right there, you can see that Coach Fulton reaching in the back of his playbook. He had the reverse pass. Great play. What they're doing is they're taking advantage of the aggressive defense from West Essex, and as you noticed, the outside linebackers will come up hard. No one stayed with the receiver on the outside, wide open for the nice score to kick the game off.
All right, so that was unbelievable to start off this game. What an amazing job by Hanover Park. They give it to Kovacs, who can run it over on the outside, but don't forget, he's also a backup quarterback on this team as well, so he can throw, he can run, and he finds Ayana Cone deep for a 70-yard touchdown. So here we go with Galeotto, who's been money so far, and that one is up and good. So HP you can't ask for a much better start than that, as Hanover Park are off to a brilliant start, up 7-0 on West Essex, and that's a gift right there. You're able to score right away on your opening drive, and not only that, but do it in one play. That's a gut punch.
It really is, and what a great way for Coach Fulton to take advantage of the beautiful the beautiful throw, the beautiful catch, but just take advantage of that defense. That defense wanted to set the tone early, come up and make a big hit, and right there you see all the corners and safeties get sucked in, try and stop that run, and boom, he's off and he's wide open deep.
And that's brought to you by Open Road Mazda of Morristown. Drive with confidence. Drive with Open Road Mazda of Morristown. Check out their dependable, reliable vehicles for right around $15,000, backed by a 5-day rock-solid money-back guarantee. Drive with confidence. Again, drive with Open Road Mazda of Morristown. Click the link in the description below for more details. So a 70-yard touchdown from Kovacs over to Ayana Cone, and that's brilliant for Ayana Cone too, because he hasn't been too involved in the passing games in the past couple of weeks. That's just his 6th catch of the year, and he had 86 yards coming into the game, almost doubles that on one play, and catches his 3rd varsity touchdown.
And when you're sitting there in a big game like this, that's when big players make big plays. Coach Fulton and I were talking about that earlier. He needed some guys to step up and make some big plays today.
So here we go in the air from Galeotto over to the corner, and that has been a small issue for him so far this season, is kicking that football out of bounds. As Hanover Park now will start to pick up their defense at the 35-yard line. But here we go with Quis Benaquista's offense, and Benaquista's team has done really well. The West Essex Knights, 24 points per game. That's 45th in the Super Football Conference, but that's not necessarily a low number. The Super Football Conference has almost 120 teams.
And West Essex is known predominantly as a wing T team. So for the past few years, they've always been a strong run-first team. Watch them come out and try and take advantage of their receiver. I know they have number 7, Drago, a Duke lacrosse commit last year, I believe. And I look to see him get involved in some different ways.
1st and 10, and they'll carry to the outside. There's their guy, Max Garcia, and he's flushed away as he'll pick up just 2 yards on the ground, and he'll remain in bounds as well, so 2nd down and 8 after a nice carry from Garcia.
And you can see West Essex trying to spread the field right now. Excuse me. Watch them try and take advantage of the height on the outside. I know the corners for Hanover Park, not exactly tree toppers like the receivers for West Essex. So you're going to see them try and really spread the field out, try and take advantage of the size on the outside and see what they can do.
Well, Hanover Park only have a handful of 6-foot players, and the majority of them are on the offensive or defensive line. Now they're stacked up, Drago alone on the top, and they do hand it off up the middle, and Hector Lopez and company, with a little help from Vinny LaSala, are able to bring down the number 5 of Brady Phillips. So Phillips with a short little carry, although he does get them fairly close to the 1st down marker. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And right there, those are the kind of plays that West Essex is looking for. Just chunk change. They want to ground the pound. That's what they're predominantly known for. When you have small corners, though, again, watch them try and spread out a little bit on the outside.
So 3rd down and 3. Let's see what we got here. We got a gorgeous moon out here tonight as well. We had the full moon last night, so waning a bit. So go back to the ground. Right up the gut, and they do have just enough for the 1st down, as that is the number 20 of Nicholas St. Gilo. He picks up 4, and that's enough.
Nicholas, as you can see, offensive line for West Essex doing a job. They're really resetting the line of scrimmage. Offensive linemen are moving their feet downfield, and you can see that the Hanover Park defensive linemen are having some trouble getting their hands off. They need to be a little bit more physical up front, not be dominated. Big, heavy package by West Essex right now with extra tight ends in the game.
They're loading them all in. Let's see if they go with the play action. Instead, it's a pitch to the outside to Phillips, and Lopez is right there. Hector Lopez III. What a brilliant tackle in the backfield. They lose 5 or 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and long.
Great blitz by Hector Lopez right there as a perfectly timed call by Coach Fulton and his defensive staff. You can see them. They read that play. They knew that was coming. And that's from lots of time in the film room, studying what to expect on each play. And that was a great job to anticipate that toss outside. 2nd
down and long. Let's see if they decide to go to the air for the 1st time. Again, Drago's up top in one-on-one coverage with Joey Tentawi. They do look his direction, but it ends up by the original line of scrimmage. It is caught by the number 20 of St. Gilo. He's going to pick up about 2 in the air, and it'll set down 3rd and 11.
And this is what you need out of your corners if you're Hanover Park. You need them to come up. You need them to be physical. You need them to make big plays. You can see right there, Mr. Philippone making a great read on that quarterback. It was an easy 3-step drop. He was able to make a good break and secure a good tackle. And now it puts West Essex in a bind. For a run team, 3rd and 11, they don't have that big playbook.
And, Nick, how huge is it here if Hanover Park can come up with a stop, especially after that trick play?
Well, it's a big momentum getter, right?
See what they got here. Quarterback flushed out of the pocket. He's going to fire it way deep downfield to an open receiver, and it's too much. Target was the number 8 of Justin Perini. Pass falls incomplete, and Hanover Park have stopped them. It'll set up a 4th and 11.
And that was, the coverage unfortunately was beat right there. You could see that the receiver was able to get a step on the outside, and you can see how tall those receivers are compared to the D-back. So right there, West Essex going for all of it, early, try and keep themselves in the game. But right now, if they decide to punt and Hanover Park gets it, watch them try and just move the ball, eat some clock up a little bit and try and really control the game.
And it is a defensive holding, though, so unfortunately for Hanover Park, that great gain that they just had will come back to, almost bite them, I guess. It was ill-gotten gains. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
And that's not what you need right there. That's undisciplined football. I know that, talking with Coach Fulton earlier, he said that they're going to try and jam those receivers. There's a difference between jamming and holding a receiver. When you jam, you're just pushing them backwards. You're not allowed to impede their motion going forward by holding them or grabbing on the side.
Here we go with the man in motion. And now a handoff right up the gut. There's Phillips, and he'll fall forward. He'll get enough as he picks up about 2 on the ground as the ball comes loose well after the fact. So Hanover Park did their very best right there to try to slow him down, but ultimately it'll be a 1st and 10 after just a 2-yard pickup. That's the problem with those penalties, especially on 3rd down.
Right, and that was a big penalty. You know, a 10-yard penalty right there. That really hurts. That really hurts the Hanover Park Hornets. You know, you go from 3rd and 11 to now 3rd and 1, and when you got a big bruising fullback like that, you know, those yards are almost a gimme.
Max Garcia is their big back, the 28th. They're in a passing set here. As there's Long, and he's just going to race to the outside. Long looking for it. There is a flag, and there's almost certainly a hold on that play. As you can see, a lot of Hanover Park defenders getting thrown all over the place. So that holding should bring this one back.
And right there, West Essex was in a double wing set. That gives you an opportunity to kind of keep that defensive balance, right? So you don't know, as a defensive player, you don't know which side's their strength. They did have a wide receiver out wide, but you don't know which side their strength is. So when you have motion going left and right, it kind of takes away some of these schemes that you might be using as a defensive coach.
And it looked like that long run kind of had the Hanover defense fooled a bit. I mean, he was right there. He had plenty of room. But again, who knows how much yardage he would have got if there wasn't the hold.
Absolutely. Having a hold on the outside is usually beneficial.
Yeah. So it'll be 1st down and 20 now as the ball keeps moving back and forth, back and forth. Ball on the West Essex 48-yard line. Watch the battle of the sevens at the bottom. It's Tantawi Andrego, and Tantawi's been shadowing him the whole game. He's been on the other side of the field as well. Another carry. It's Garcia, and Garcia will rumble forward. It's a nice gain. He's going to get about 4 on the ground, but not nearly enough for what they need. It's a decent chip away, though. 2nd down and about 16.
Right, and right there what they're doing is they're with the double wing set, they're bringing those linebackers inside tight, and they're trying to take advantage of the outside. You see the wing trying to hook the outside linebacker, and they're trying to really stretch that defense a little bit, get them out of the middle so that Phillips can run underneath. So great coaching job by West Essex on the other side.
West Essex with a big offensive line anchored by their number 74 center of Joseph Russo, 5'11", 216 pounds. Long drops back, completes the pass, back to the original line of scrimmage, and Perrin is brought down by a wave of Hornets led by P.J. DeMilo. That's a big-time pickup, though, as they get to the 3rd down and about 8 yards to go. There is a Hornet that's down. And while he's being tended to, we will take a quick break here on Big State Sports. When we come back, 3rd down and about 8 after an 8-yard pickup, and 7-0 HP.
Includes gutters, windows, doors, stone siding, decks, and painting. We also utilize new age technology like drones and 3D modeling. The drones keep our guys safe on the ground with an aerial perspective, and the 3D modeling gives us exact measurements for precise job scope. Give us a call today. We'll be happy to provide you with a complimentary drone inspection. We look forward to keeping your home and your family safe.
My room is so cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Provide your team or athlete with quality trophies, medals, plaques, and awards with Performance Trophy and Medals of Randolph. Call us today at 973-989-8775.
Hi, I'm Dan from George J. Keller & Sons. My family-owned company has provided superior service to local homeowners since 1980. And based on the strength of our commitment to you and your positive reviews and feedback, we are now a GAF 3-star President's Club winner. That's right. One of 30 winners out of 2,600 Master Elite dealers nationwide.
All right, it is Hector Lopez III gingerly leaving the field, and I don't know, Nick, if there's a player that Hanover Park can ill afford to lose, he's probably the guy. He's the linchpin of this defense.
Hector Lopez, the middle linebacker for the 3-5 defense. You know, he's their captain. He's their leader. He's the one that calls out the different defenses. He sets people up, and he's the guy that made that big sack and that big blitz. So. Tackle for loss. So that's a guy that you really don't want to lose, especially on a defense that's been so dominant. Coach Fulton's going to have to really reach down in his bag of tricks, find out the next guy who can step up.
They still have some good linebackers in there. You know, you still have Flip, you still have P.J. DeMilo, but it's really hard to replicate the production from him. He's led the team in tackles the past 2 years, one of them as a sophomore, and he has a chance to lead it 3 in a row. Back from that wing T formation. They go up the middle, and Hanover Park able to do it anyway. That's Joey Filippone stepping up big time as they throw Garcia down to the ground, and Hanover Park get themselves a big stop, and it'll be 4th down and 9.
Right there, you can see Joey Filippone coming in from the inside linebacker spot, made a great read on the guard, who was able to shoot up through that open gap, make a great tackle, and that's the kind of defense that you want. You want an aggressive downhill defense in order to stop this heavy, this hard running offense of West Essex.
So let's see what Essex is going to do here. It looks like they're lined up in a shotgun set, heavy passing package, and remember, we talked about jump balls being an issue. See what Long's got in store. Hanover Park send a blitz. They're sending in 5. Long shot downfield. Drago is wide open, and Tantawi gets his hand in the way. Joey Tantawi with a gorgeous pass breakup. He says size difference 2, leaps up in the air, gets rid of that football, and Hanover Park with a huge 4th down stop.
That was really athletic for Joey Tantawi. He got beat by a step, but he didn't turn and look for the ball. He just went as fast as he could, catch up to the wide receiver, and that's taught by the Hanover Park defense. If someone does get behind you, you don't look for the ball. You just run straight at the guy as fast as you can. He stuck his hand out at the right time. Receiver looked back. His eyes got big. He was able to swipe at the ball, make a great play, and now all of a sudden, Hanover Park gets the ball back, and they have good field position as well, on the other side of the 40.
And, man, that was a long time, though, for their defense to be out there. It was another 5 minutes, and it was even longer, given all the stopping and starting that they had, too. Some incomplete passes, but a good opportunity for this defense to get rested, as now here comes Borello and company. Let's see what more tricks they have up their sleeve.
I know that, talking to Coach Fulton, that they want to try and test the outsides a little bit. They want to keep the ball out of the middle of the field, where right now West Essex is pretty large.
They bring Filippone into the backfield. Borello, a give to the big number 11. Second leading rusher on the team, and he falls forward for a great gain. So he'll get himself about 4 yards on the ground. Filippone, he was showing flashes of his older brother. Came into the game 31 rushes for 200 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He also has 50 receiving yards on the season.
And right there, that was a great job by the offensive line getting to the second level. And by second level, that means that they're going after the linebackers. They block the 3-man up front, and they're going after those linebackers. It's very tough when the team runs a 3-3 stack or a 3-5, whatever you want to call it, and be able to not only get the slanting defensive line, but the linebackers as well.
So they're moving one of the corners as they give it to Filippone again. He charges right up the middle, and he dives ahead to pick up another 4.
Joey Filippone running real hard with his head down right now. What a hard runner, and that kind of an offense really should open up the passing game. So what they're trying to do right now is suck those safeties in a little bit, get them to respect your run game, and on that, then now you're able to open up deep a little bit and try and shoot the ball forward.
They don't love to throw deep too often. I mean, I know the first play of the game they ran was a deep pass to a wide open Iona Cohen, but very much in the screen passing game. Let's see if they send Tantawi over the middle. Instead, Borello's going to keep. Borello gets bounced around, and he's brought down back at the line of scrimmage. And that was a big-time tackle. I believe that was by Long. So quarterback on quarterback crime there. Borello stopped for no gain. It'll be 4th down and 2.
And, again, when you run a 3-3 stack defense, this is one of those things where linebackers are blitzing from any hole. They can go any way. Defensive line is slanting, and it really provides fits for the offensive line. As an offensive lineman, if you have a zone responsibility, it's easy just to step left, step right. But with the pulling guards of Hanover Park, it does make it tough with those one-on-one blocks.
4th down and 2. Tantawi is back to punt. And it looks like Garcia deep to receive, and it's a pitch in front. And there they go. They've got enough for the first down, and they hang on to the ball. That's complete to Kovacs. That's technically a pass. So there we go with Tantawi. He gets 4 yards in the air, completed to Kovacs, and a first down.
And Coach Fulton reaching in his bag of tricks again. This is a game where he's not pulling out any stops. He's doing what it takes to win, and what he considers a very big game and a big momentum boost for his team and the program as a whole.
So we've had 2 passes attempted by Hanover Park, and neither of them have been from Joey Borello. I'll tell you what, I've been covering this team for 4 years. I've never seen Hanover Park run those 2 plays. I've never seen it happen. Borello with Filippone in the backfield. Their older brothers made some deep playoff runs together. Borello fires. Iona Cohen again, turning on the Jets. There he goes, touchdown! 46 yards, Iona Cohen. 2 receptions, 116 yards, and a big touchdown for Hanover Park.
And just what we were talking about before, that run game sucked up the safeties. You could see the safety creeping up on the backside, which left a free safety in the middle, and they were in a cover 3 right there. A nice little skinny post up the sideline proved evident as they were able to complete the touchdown pass.
That was unbelievable right there. So Hanover Park once again getting the job done with the bomb of a touchdown pass. That's Borello's 10th of the season. And Hanover Park up 13-0. Here comes Galeotto, who's been just short of automatic, and he does it again. So Hanover Park, I mean, honestly, I thought both teams had a chance to win this game. I didn't think either team was going to get off to this type of start.
No, and that's just a great offensive confidence boost as well. You know, they weren't stopped on 4th down. They went for it. They had that quick little shovel pass underneath. And these are the plays that are going to make other coaches very, very wary of a very strong Hanover Park team once it comes postseason.
Well, I mean, I love this creativity, too. I mean, they've always been a creative offense. I remember at the beginning of the season, you know, talking to Coach Fulton, he's like, yeah, we have a different primary receiver every week. And I think it's Ion Cone's turn this week, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And it's nice to have those kind of options. I mean, I know these kids put the hard work in the offseason. It's nice to watch it pay off and to be able to step up when times are a little bit tough.
So Hanover Park in the passing game are 3 for 3 today with 3 different quarterbacks. As taking a look at Lopez, he's grabbing some water on the sideline, but he has his helmet off.
Yeah, it looks like, I think it was either a knee or a hip injury. They have him doing some work on the side right now, seeing if he can get back in. Trainers working with him real hard. And those trainers, you know, the trainers are underappreciated.
Oh, yeah.
You never know what kind of injury you can have as a trainer running out on that field. It could be anything from a small cut to, you know, cardiac arrest. So those people, they have to evaluate and adjust on the fly as fast as possible.
Here we go with a good return now coming from the number 2 of Giacinto. And Giacinto's going to get them very favorable field position, as they're going to end up with the football right around the 40-yard line. So a shorter field now for West Essex to work with, but Hanover Park has done a nice job, and even in that series without Lopez.
Right, and you can see, I think Lopez I think he's got his helmet on.
Yeah, he does.
And he looks like he's going to be getting ready to go back in. But what a job by Hanover Park to get the ball back and in good field position.
Looks like they're testing one of his legs there at the very least, as he's doing some sprints over on the sideline. First down and 10 for West Essex. Rolling out long, doesn't have any options. Now Hanover Park bringing the pressure. There's Filippone on the outside, and he's stopped by P.J. Jamilo. It's a good run by Long. He picks up 4, and he turns that broken play into some positive yardage.
Great coverage on the back end by Hanover Park. They were able to really lock down those receivers, and you know, with the speed of Hanover Park and the way that they swarm to the football, you can see that you had a bunch of tacklers over there. So they took what could have been a long pass play or a long run, and they negated it to only about 4 yards.
So they're about halfway, because it's a very long 4 that he picked up. No pun intended. Whatever, pun intended. Why? Everybody says no pun intended. Why not? Puns are funny. They go up the middle. Oh, and a pull-down tackle. Who was that? I think it was Azad Parks. No, it wasn't. It was the number 12 of Nico Malgieri. And, you know, Malgieri, after that pickup of 2, kind of an unsung hero on this defense. He's got 4 sacks this season.
And right now you could see that Hanover Park's defense firing on all cylinders. Coach Fulton over there getting them fired up. He's calling different coverages, different looks, and he's really starting to frustrate the West Essex offense.
I mean, when we talk about creativity, I think few teams in the area, especially among Group 2s, are as creative as the black and gold. Here come West Essex, though. Third down and about 4 to go in this rebirth of the Cardone Cup. They complete to Drago. It's enough for a first down, and they miss the open field tackle. Drago was dangerous in space, slips another one, and it takes Jack Kovacs at the very end to push him down at the 12-yard line. A massive gain there as they go from the 49-yard line all the way down to the 12 as we get a 37 and a first.
And right there, you can just see the athletic prowess of Drago. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter what sport. If you go Division I in any sport, you know you're a superstar.
Came into the game with 22 catches for 230 yards and 3 TDs. All of those marks lead the team. Now he's up to around 470 yards. Long from under center. They have Phillips in the backfield. They give it to Phillips, the 5. Tries to rush around the edge, and he's able to rumble forward. Hanover Park pulled him down, but after a gain of 5.
So right there, you can see West Essex going back to their tried and true, their pound football. They have 2 tight ends, 2 wings, and they're just really going really hard right down the middle of the field. It looks like a West Essex guy's banged up a little bit.
Yeah, it would appear so as well. So we'll take another timeout out here on the field. And when we come back, the remainder of quarter number 1, Hanover Park up 14-0 on West Essex here on Big State Sports.
And quality products from beginning to end of your project. Give us a call today for your free estimate.
For years, it had been the same routine, working all night. Ah, those beautiful faces. I wanted more, for me, for them, for our futures. There was this day that something changed, a simple moment of dress-up. It opened my eyes.
Take charge of your future and go big at CCM.
Mike Rossi of Weikert Realty has extensive knowledge of the North Jersey real estate market and guides you through the different steps and directions along the way. Reach out to him for a free consultation at myrossiteam.com.
I enjoy helping nonprofits achieve their goals and really accomplish their mission, namely by nurturing my relationship with them, their staff, their donors, their volunteers, and their board members. I think the key to being trusted is really transparency. What I've seen time and time again is that when you give anything the right conditions, the support, the autonomy, trust, your full attention, it will thrive. This is as true for my clients and for my colleagues as it is for myself here at WIS.
Hey parents, Anchor Golf and Recreation is now registering full and half-day golf camps. Anchor Golf Day Camps are designed to teach children fundamentals of golf. To register your child for golf camp, go online and click the registration tab at anchorgolfcenter.com. Anchor now has 4 dedicated outdoor lighted pickleball courts. Call to reserve your court today. Check out Anchor's 18-hole miniature golf course with new features. It's fun for the whole family. Anchor Golf and Recreation offers so much more. Call or see us at anchorgolfcenter.com.
For all of the perks that come with working here, I would say that the most valuable thing WIS offers is freedom. The freedom to make the most of your role, to really go beyond the job description, the freedom to think differently and be rewarded for it, and the freedom to show up as 100% who you are.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage. Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
Welcome back, and getting carted off the field is the 59 for West Essex. Unfortunately, the roster I received from the coach does not have a 59, so we hope everything's all right. It's going to be second down and about 5 yards to go with 46 seconds left. Flags go flying, and it's an offside against Hanover Park. So another big defensive penalty comes in to bite them. It'll be second down and 1 now.
And that's not what you need when you're Hanover Park, especially inside your own end zone, right there, inside your own red zone right there. You know, that gives you, and it gives them enough yardage, I believe, to make it really close for another first down. Now they only have second and 1, and they can still get a first down inside the 5.
Yeah, so you're essentially giving them, I mean, especially if it's 4th down territory, 7 downs to work with here to try to get a crack at your end zone. Once again, they've got Brady Phillips, 6'2", 211 pounds in the backfield as a rusher from the fullback spot. They'll give it instead to the outside, and a big tackle there, but we do have a flag. That was a nice carry there from Sangilo. He would have had enough for a first down, but Hanover Park doing a nice job once again swarming in on him.
And that play was set up with the fake dive up the middle to Phillips. Looks like it's going to be another hold on the outside right now. Yep, it's a hold against West Essex.
So this one is against West Essex, so that'll push him back, and I'll push him back a considerable distance here. So after Hanover Park give them the gift of the encroachment call, they'll place the football just behind the original line of scrimmage and make it 2nd down and 11. It's a loss of 10 yards for the West Essex Knights. West Essex, a team that makes a lot of noise in the playoffs each and every year. They have so many legendary battles, especially with Westmore Central, another team that we cover a lot. And it's cool to see them play against one of the best Group 2 schools in the entire state. 2nd down, long, over to the outside. Not a lot of pressure, firing, and incomplete. And the official, it just took him a second to pull the flag out of his pocket. But that's the end of the quarter. Although they should be allowed to run one more play, right? Because I don't think that you can end a quarter on a defensive penalty.
Right, and right there you could see some pushing hard at the end. 2 guys both fighting for the ball. And I think that, you know, it just seemed that Tatawi got a little bit too aggressive as he was going, and he went through the guy versus going to make a play on the football.
I don't know. If you ask me, I think that is absolutely a pass interference. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, his hands were all over. You can even see the official. He knew right away.
Right.
So let's see where they put they haven't put the football down yet. There we go. It's not enough to get him a first down, so they might call him it might be a defensive holding then. As it'll set up a 2nd down and 4. So 2nd and 4, and this will, well, with no flags flying, this will definitely be the last play of the first quarter. They have the clock up there for the second over on our left, but we know that it's 0-0s in the first. Once again, long under center. They send Garcia to the outside. Garcia looking for a seam and runs out of bounds. Jack Kovacs forced him away. He got enough for the first down, gets over to the 2, and that'll end quarter number 1. So Hanover Park with a surprise 14-0 lead over West Essex after 2 long passes to Darian Ianacone. When we come back, we'll have quarter number 2. We'll flip the field right here on Big State Sports.
This game is brought to you by Aaron Mizzarelli of State Farm in Randolph. My licensed and experienced team members are here to serve you for all of your insurance and financial service needs in New Jersey and New York. We offer excellent customer service, and our office is conveniently located in Randolph, New Jersey. For a free auto, home, life, or business quote, visit us at aaronmizzarelli.com or call us at 973-389-9999.
We offer installation of siding, vinyl, and composite. We also do replacement windows, doors, roofs, decks, attic insulation, and e-shield.
Look, I got the new iPhone 16 Pro at Verizon. Apple Intelligence is pretty awesome.
Nice.
You can get it when you trade in any phone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, so he did not get enough. It's going to be a 3rd and inches. And they should have enough here now as Phillips charges ahead, and now he'll get down around the 1-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of around 4 there, and now it'll be a first down and goal.
And right there, you can see West Essex going behind that big offensive line. I know they have, I think it's number 79, who weighs about 300 pounds. And when you have a guy that's that big going against a defensive line that averages probably around 240, he's going to be able to move some people. So any short yardage gain, look to watch Phillips go right behind, their big offensive line.
It's Yeshua Coelho. He is 6'5", 348 pounds as they scamper into the end zone. Touchdown. There we go. That's Phillips, the number 5, working his way in. And now West Essex find themselves on the board. It's 14-6.
That was a long drive right there by West Essex. And again, penalties hampered Hanover Park a little bit with that pass interference call down at the end. You can see that a little bit of frustration setting in on Hanover Park because they need to really clean up their game if they want to be successful moving forward.
Now it's interesting because they don't really use Brady Phillips too much in the running game, as the extra point is up and good. So West Essex now clawing their way back 14-7. A couple of penalties here and there. Hanover Park had them stopped a couple of times. They're really going to have to pick up that discipline. I think they're maybe overthinking themselves a little bit too much because they know West Essex is a bigger team.
Right, and you have Phillips right there. He's predominantly a fullback, usually a guy that takes some fakes, takes some short yardage gains. And right now, he has about 6 carries right now. You can see that there's something on the film that West Essex saw that they're trying to exploit, and they're really driving that football down the middle and upfield as their predominantly weapon for offense.
And ask you to duck down. There we go. All right, let's see what you did with my score sheet. I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
Nice. Good work. I know that we got everything clicking now. I'm going to open this window because I am on fire right now. As we have the kick going deep, and actually we'll fall a little short. Goes around Dante Rosado. Here's a carry from Philippone, and he'll advance and find himself just beyond the 35-yard line, so we'll set up shop right there. And, of course, this broadcast is brought to you by our friends at JAG Physical Therapy, Tracy Franco of Coldwell Banker, Super Chicks, Zeifman Ortho, Online Computer, as well as Paul Miller, All Class Glass, and Nielsen Dodge Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Check them out at 175 Route 10 in East Hanover, New Jersey. Wait, buy 3 tires, get 1 free with all right, hold on. I think I might be going there soon. That's a sweet deal, especially with winter coming up. We love that. And, for those that have been listening to my Hanover Park calls for the past years, you know what my car troubles have been looking like. So Hanover Park back on the attack here. Iona Cone's been their primary target as they work Philippone to the outside. This looks more like Hanover Park's offense. And Philippone will be brought down by his ankles. And he'll pick up about 5 in the air. So Philippone getting involved in the passing attack.
And once again, you see Hanover Park spreading the ball out, trying to get to the outsides. They have a big internal up front for West Essex, so you can see Hanover Park trying to stretch it outside, pick up some yards on the outside right there.
Well, there's a flag down again, and it looks like another penalty. So Hanover Park continuing. This is what happened to them against Glen Ridge and why that game ended up being so close. And I don't know, what is it with these Essex County opponents that has the flags go flying?
I don't know. I think right now that Hanover Park is trying to do too much too hard as opposed to just taking their time and doing what they're best at.
All right, let's see what they got here. First down and 20. They have made some big plays so far today, but again, that's not really their identity. They're a team that likes to work it up the field with up-the-middle runs and outside screens. About a minute into the second quarter. Low throw, Tentawi, it's complete. And he gets over to around the 30-yard line. Not the biggest gain in the world. He'll get about 2, maybe 3 yards. Joey Tantawi with his first catch of the day.
And right now what Hanover Park's doing is they're trying to set some stuff up. You can see the safeties rolling downhill hard. You can see them, you can see Hanover Park trying to suck those safeties in so they can try and hit that backdoor screen, the backdoor post, the backdoor slant, and which they were successful with earlier in the game.
We're live from the Manabao Bear broadcast booth for all of life's biggest plays and all of life's legal needs. Check out mblawfirm.com. Hanover Park slowing things down a little bit on the offensive side. Second down and 18 officially from just beyond the 30-yard line. Borello looks downfield, keeps his eyes there, completes to Philippone. Philippone will have, plenty of defenders to get around, and he's wrestled to the ground. Once again, I think that was Jake Long. He's been involved a lot defensively.
Jake Long's been coming downhill real hard. You can see he's giving up a little space as he's covering those 2 receivers deep. They're throwing to the outlet pass, which is underneath. Those guys are open, but it's tough when you put yourself back 20 yards. So now it's third and a little more than 10. But you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole that you shouldn't have been in to begin with.
Long came into the game with just 16 tackles. He's at least got 2 today. 3 of them have been for a loss this season. And a lot of teams don't like to let their quarterback play defense, but certainly Chris Benakista's all right with it, and so far paying dividends. 2 deep safeties and the number 2 of Gianquito and Anthony Drago, the usual suspects. And we'll have a timeout on the side of Hanover Park. We'll take a timeout as well. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left on the clock here in quarter number 2. 14 for HP, 7 for West Essex here on Big State Sports.
Verizon. Just trade in any phone in any condition and get iPhone 16 Pro on us. Only on Verizon.
Einhorn Barbarito, Frost Botwinick, Nunn and Musmano is a full-service law firm guiding you through divorce, estate planning, personal injury, criminal defense, and other life-changing events. To learn more, visit us at einhornlawyers.com. Einhorn Barbarito, with you every step of the way.
David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes. Anjou Chocolat, a luxury chocolate experience. Every day.
Back in action here in East Hanover, New Jersey. Hanover Park on top 14-7. HP, the number 2 team in North Group 2, only behind Glenrock, going up against a very tough West Essex squad, the number 2 team in North Group 3. That's a very competitive group as well. Borello with an empty set. He's got Philippone over in the slot with Iona Cohen at the top of your screen. Over from the closest to the sideline to the end, you've got Kovacs, Tentawi, and DeMilo as they try to spread out this West Essex defense. Borello drops back to pass, dances around, looks for something, fires a rifle, and it's intercepted. A rare interception from Borello, picked off by Gianquito, and Hanover Park have turned the ball over. West Essex with fabulous field position.
West Essex did a great job disguising their coverage. They came out, it looked like they were running man-free, meaning that they had man-to-man coverage on all the receivers that Hanover Park put out. Safety was free just to roam the field, and as the wide receivers took off on that play, they ended up being in a zone formation. And right there, it looked like Hanover Park had a man beater. They tried to run a mesh concept where they had 2 receivers crossing. Those guys weren't open as the zone was set in place. Great break on the ball and turned into an interception.
Gianquito, it's his second pick of the season. West Essex has intercepted 11 passes this year. And now it looks like they're right back in it. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. And they give to Drago in the backfield. Already a flag goes flying as he's wrestled down by Kovacs. But this looks like it'll be coming back anyway.
And once again, flags flying for the West Essex offense, and that's not a good sign. You know, they're having a lot of trouble with that left side. Every time it seems they want to try and go outside, someone's holding somewhere, and they have to keep marching it back. So now it looks like West Essex is going to have to dig themselves out of a big hole.
So Hanover Park have 4 penalties, losing 35 yards. 3 penalties, losing 25 yards for the West Essex Knights. And again, that big 79, that left tackle, I mean, you'd imagine they throw the ball a little bit more. His blind side is thoroughly guarded.
He is a big guy out there.
Great talent as well. 2 receivers split out, and they'll have Garcia over in more of an H-back position now. The 28. He's been a big weapon for them so far this season as we have whistles abound. And one of the officials not loving what was going on here. So they're checking on him. And is the ball supposed to be moved back a little bit more? Or is they saying it's on the wrong hash mark? This is another thing I've never seen. I've never seen them move the ball from hash mark to hash mark after it was initially downed. But they're still not going. Well, I still won't see it then.
I don't think they didn't change footballs after the interception, maybe.
Oh, that could be it. Zach Smoll and Nick Dilworth here with you on Big State Sports. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of West Essex Hanover Park football. Garcia off the counter play. Garcia rumbles forward, gets down to the 36-yard line, pardon me. Nice pickup of 7, and that'll get him right across the original line of scrimmage and set up a 2nd down and 8.
And West Essex, known for their former wing tee, now double wing formations, they pull guards very, very well. They have great technique. They swing that arm. They're able to run down the line. And right there, you saw the left guard do a great job running down, clearing out, kicking out the defensive tackle for Hanover Park, which opened up a big hole, allowing them to pick up some of those yards lost on the penalty.
8 minutes left in the half. Hanover Park hanging on to a 7-point lead. Garcia moves, and now Phillips up the middle, and he turns ahead and picks up another big group of yardage. So he's going to get about 6 yards on the ground, and they're running it right up the gut on Hanover Park quite well so far.
Right, and I think part of that was knowing that Mr. Lopez was out for a little bit. They're trying to really test him, and you can see Phillips going right at him, right up the middle, and the offensive line for West Essex doing a great job as they're reestablishing that line of scrimmage moving forward.
172.8 rushing yards per game for West Essex. That's more than half of their nearly 300 yards per game of total offense. They like to slow the game down. They've already given it more than their average of points per game, but still on pace to get to what their points scored per game is. Now another give. And this time it's to St. Gilo, and he's got it up for a first down, pickup of about 5. And West Essex slowly but surely working themselves up this field.
And even though that wasn't a wing tee formation, that was the wing tee concept. That was belly right there. They just ran it right off of tackle. They're running right off their big man. He's doing a great job sealing down low. And you can see West Essex is tried and true to their roots. They're doing what they've always done. That's run the ball real hard.
And they're doing it currently. They've only thrown the ball 5 times. And they've run it 15. Screen to the outside as he finds Perini. And Perini is wrapped down. Almost no gain. Just a gain of 1. Certainly not something that the big number 8 is used to on that play. Second down and 9. Perini, that is his 11th catch of the season.
And that's a great job by Hanover Park. They play really well sideline to sideline. They may not be the biggest of all defenses, but they do have speed. And you can see them on that play going sideline to sideline, getting outside, securing that tackle on the far end.
About halfway through quarter number 2, second down and 9. West Essex can certainly wear it down, though, with a couple of quick runs. Perini is on the bottom of your screen with Tantawi. And no Drago out there right now. As they give to Garcia. Garcia sheds 1 and now falls out of bounds just short of the first down marker. Another big tackle way off in the distance. I think Lopez got to him.
And once again, that was just a fake belly, and they were able to counter on the backside. So again, all wing tee concepts right now. They just don't have the wing of the wing tee. They're trying to spread out those speedy defensive backs for Hanover Park, give them some different looks, but all the concepts are staying the same inside for West Essex.
3rd and 2, they have 3 backs in a line right behind Long as they give it to Phillips again, their short yardage guy, and he finds his way over to the 15-yard line. Pickup of 4 yards and a first down again for West Essex.
And that's the old Oklahoma set. It's a 3 guys across T formation, known predominantly from Oklahoma University. Guy I know, Coach Chuck Mahan, big fan of the Oklahoma set. And right there, you have 2 lead backs leading the way. You have 2 tight ends. And what you're doing right now is you're just saying, hey, we're big, we're strong, we're going to pound the football.
Brady Phillips officially listed as a tight end, but involved in the running game quite a bit today. Garcia in motion. Ends up on the right side as the H-back. They give it to Phillips, runs right behind him. And Phillips, again, just always finds ways to gain yards. He's going to pick up 3 this time. And it looked almost for sure like he was going to get stopped in the backfield.
And you could see right there, there's something that West Essex saw that they like having Phillips match up on the inside. Inside from tackle to tackle, he's just been churning out yards, 3 at a time, 2 at a time, 4 at a time. And with an offense like that, that's all you need, just to move the ball down the field as long as you stay disciplined and keep those yellow flags off the field.
Keep an eye on Drago at the bottom of your screen. One-on-one with Tantawi on the second down and 8. He's the only receiver. Long. He's going to give. Outside St. Gilo, and Tantawi slows him down. Not enough. He stays on his feet. Touchdown. 13 yards. Working his way through, and what a play by West Essex that time. And, man, what an angry run by St. Gilo.
And you're going to see him right now. This is belly, but he decides to bounce it outside. And unfortunately for Hanover Park, he had 3 missed tackles. Each guy thought the other guy was going to get him. And by running aggressive, not stopping till the whistle blows, he was able to run down and all of a sudden tie this game up. And now we're back. Now we're back to even with 4 minutes left.
So Hanover Park had 14 unanswered. Now West Essex with 14 unanswered. An interception mixed in, and a flag goes flying during the extra point, which was good.
Offsides on the defense.
And Hanover Park again struggling to keep those yellow flags in the pockets of the officials. So, are they bringing the big package in? Are they going to go for 2 now?
It is a dead ball foul, though, so I believe that they have to replay it regardless.
Oh, I see. It looks like they're bringing different personnel in, though. Yeah, Long's back out. They're going to go for two and try to get the lead. And honestly, why not? I mean, you've been running it with Phillips right up the gut all game long. He's been a great short yardage back. Let's see if he can do it again. West Essex for the lead right now. Long under center. Phillips directly behind him. And Long's going to take it himself. Spin through. He's in for the 2-point conversion. So Long will make it 15-14. A great carry. The student section for West Essex going wild across the field. And West Essex on top by 1.
You're going to see they're going to catch Hanover Park. Didn't look like they were fully set. Long taking great advantage of the right side. He sees a little opening. Linebacker blitzes. They come right off the backside, and he's able to scoot right in as he spun in for that 2-point conversion.
So Coach Benikista doing exactly what you'd expect West Essex to do and continuing to punish Hanover Park for these penalties.
And Hanover Park right now struggling to stop the run. You're going to see when they go inside, it's going to be a lot of talk about how do we stop the run game? How do we force them to try and throw the ball? You know, and it's a tough matchup because you need help on the outside with those receivers who are so tall. So what are you going to give up at what point?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments they make. Now they'll have a chance on offense. They'll have 4 minutes and 3 seconds. So Warmington will send one deep. End-over-end kick back for Philippone. Fields it inside the 15. Philippone working his way, now carving through up the middle and get down to the 35-yard line. So gain of about 20 yards on the return. Nice job by Philippone. HP will set up shop with a 65-yard field in 3 minutes and 57 seconds to try to get in for a score.
And both special teams are doing a pretty good job. You know, the average starting field position has been somewhere around the 35 or 40. So if you're an offense, that's where you want to be. It's very tough when you get pinned inside your own 20.
Well, they're set up quite well right now. And they also, you know, Galeotto is a threat to kick a field goal. Those ranges, what you would expect from a pretty good high school kicker. 31 yards about, so they'll have to get it to right around the 14-yard line, in which case they'd probably want to take a shot at the end zone anyway. So Borello, after throwing his 3rd pick of the season, from the shotgun, looking and finds Philippone. Philippone crashes through a pair of tacklers, and he'll lunge forward and pick up about 4 yards in the air.
And once again, you can see that West Essex is coming out, and they look like they're covering man-to-man across the board, and they're bailing on that, going into a hard zone where they're really trying to focus on certain athletes. Hanover Park picking their spots carefully. Small underneath throws right now are kind of what takes care of those zone defenses.
That's what they like to do typically anyway, so it plays right into their normal offensive style as a haze has started to form over the field. Borello going to keep. Faked right, went left, and goes over to the 45-yard line. So it'll be a pick of a 5, setting up a 3rd and 1. Borello with his first rush of the game. Hanover Park have only carried the ball 4 times so far, so they've really kept it in the air.
Right, and those big plays of that double pass to start the game is something that really kind of set the tone early. I guess they saw something they liked on film. They were able to take advantage of that, and I think it's the aggressive defensive nature of West Essex.
3rd and a long one. Borello again, and he finds the line and crosses it. Pickup of 3. Borello is their leading rusher on the team as Joey B came into this contest with 61 carries for 234 yards, 5 TDs. By the way, also the 3rd highest rated passer in all of Morris County.
Yes, that is. I did notice that stat on the Big State Sports Instagram, how you have guys moving up and down. So he is up there in the top 5, doing a great job. And right now you can see that when he does get that first down, it did stop the clock and give Hanover Park some more time moving forward.
Borello. Now he's going to bounce to the outside, and this time West Essex are ready for it, and St. Gilo is the one to finally bring him down. He'll get about a half a yard on the ground.
And it didn't look like West Essex was fooled by that motion. The last time they seemed to shift over a little bit, expecting that swing pass or that maybe even a jet. And instead what they did was they stayed home, and they were able to wrap Borello up after just a gain of 1.
They tried to get the extra blocker in. Zerpoli, who's done such a great job as an H-back, now out for P.J. DeMilo. So they got the extra receiver in there. And just back to that list, Borello is only behind, I believe it's David Smith of Butler, who has 17 touchdowns and has not thrown an interception, and Alex Delitza, pardon me, of Pequannock, who's only thrown about 34 passes. Pressure, Borello finds Kovacs in the middle, first down, and Jack Kovacs will lunge ahead. He'll pick up about 15, and it's a first down for Hanover Park.
great job by Kovacs finding the hole in the zone. He sat down nicely, gave Burrell a nice open target, and was able to complete that pass. Once again, clock stops for the chains to reset, so it gives Hanover Park some time to get the play in and move forward.
They do need to hurry up a little bit. They're just a few ticks over a minute. Borello rolling to the outside. He fires again. This time finds Sentawi. He gets a seam over the 20, and he's wrapped down. And are they going to call him out of bounds for the clock to stop? And yes, they are. So Tantawi with an enormous pickup in the first.
And not only that, Hanover Park still has 2 timeouts remaining. They did take one earlier. They do have 2 timeouts, so there is plenty of time left, a minute 2 on the clock. But great way to shake a defender, be able to turn a big gain into an even bigger gain.
So a pick of about 16 for Tantawi. Filippone in the backfield, 3 receivers off to the left side. They'll have 62 seconds to try to get into the end zone as Galeotto warms up with the kicking net. Drago, the lone safety deep. They fake the give, Kovacs touchdown! Oh, a beautiful play fake. Jack Kovacs alone on the slant. That is a loud air horn. I'm going to close this window. Hanover Park up 20-15.
And Kovacs just having himself a day. He threw the touchdown pass. Right now he catches, and this is once again, you can see the safety on the top side walks his way down, leaving him with one high safety. And they saw this last time. They threw the slant backside wide open, the post backside wide open. This time it was Kovacs who was able to secure the touchdown.
Wow, and what a dangerous throw that was too, because Drago and Garcia were right there. They have a combined 6 interceptions, and it had to be a perfect ball, and it definitely was. Galeotto getting ready, and he fires that one. It's true. Again, sorry about the air horn. They usually don't have the air horn right below us, but that's what we're working with here. And with a minute left to go, Hanover Park have jumped ahead. And, Nick, it was so important for them to score there because West Essex will receive the second half kickoff. If it goes in tied, West Essex kind of have the idea that they can just keep grinding. Now they're going to have to play and maybe open things up a little bit more to start the second half, unless they score here.
Right, and West Essex does get the ball to start the second half. So, now they're going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball. But great job using the clock, working with the field. And, again, the coaches saw that safety is rolling himself down. They saw the backside open. And it was a great call right there to get Kovacs in on that skinny post. Unbelievable throw by Joey, and that's what happens. You end up now 21-15, which puts you in a nice seat, especially going into the half with a little bit more momentum.
This Hanover Park touchdown drive brought to you by Nielsen, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Looking for low payments and reliable transportation? Let Nielsen, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram show you how to get payments as low as $199 a month. See dealer for details. Save today the Nielsen way at 175 Route 10 in East Hanover. You actually pass right by it if you're driving on Route 10 East. Here's Galeotto, ready to send one deep. Drago is alone all the way in the back. They're going to let it bounce. It's fielded by the big number 7. The Duke lacrosse commit wanders over the 30, and he only has to beat Galeotto. Galeotto with a huge play. Oh, Ryan Galeotto, the kicker, brings him down at the 39, and that was a touchdown-saving tackle.
That was an unbelievable tackle from your kicker, and kickers normally don't spend a lot of time going out there making those big plays, but you're going to watch the middle C's open up, a missed tackle right there, and you can watch, wow, what acceleration. And again, athletes are just athletes, right? And this is a lacrosse guy who's going to Duke University. He's one of the top lacrosse players in the state, probably ranked in the country, and you could see him. You could see why. He's just someone who's someone special.
Galeotto, that's just his second tackle of the season, and that might be the biggest one, probably ending up his career unless they do something wild in the postseason. He's not going to get many more opportunities to tackle people.
Well, if you're on special teams, you hope he doesn't.
Long from the shotgun. Looking over to the right. He's looking for Perini. Now not a lot of pressure, so he's going to run to the outside, and Long will scamper out of bounds. And he picks up a nice gain of about 6 yards. So Long, he's doing a nice job making sure that these coverages don't turn into coverage sacks.
And right there, what Hanover Park doing is they're pressing the receivers with someone, and then they're playing a zone coverage over the top. So they're kind of giving away the middle a little bit, wondering that if these big receivers are going to try and do something deep. So they're doing the best that they can to try and slow down these tree toppers that they have as receivers for West Essex.
Just under 42 seconds left in the half. West Essex would love to punch one in and then double dip. Long, got to take it himself. Evades one tackle and is brought down as he's pulled at the 27-yard line, a pickup of 6. Long is running really well. He's got 3 carries for 17 yards.
Right, there's a timeout there by West Essex. You know, they have 36 seconds. That's a lot of time. They still do have 2 more timeouts, I believe, left on the clock, left in their back pocket. But it's a tough gamble as a defensive coach. You know, right now they're trying to make sure that they don't throw anything deep because this is a throwing situation. So they're giving up those middles. And when you have a quarterback like Long, who is very mobile, he's very agile, he's able to kind of carve his way up through that middle. And these aren't small gains. These are big gains back to back. And when you have starting field position on the 40, it's really moving them into a territory that you don't want to be in if you're on the defense.
That kick return was huge because they can even start to get into range for their kicker and then bring this game within a field goal if he's able to make it. Now the number 30 of Robert Warmington, I believe his long on the season was 32 yards. Actually, no, he has not kicked a field goal this year, but he's 19 for 21 in extra points. That'd be somewhat around that distance. And flags flying and a false start, so Hanover Park gets a break. And West Essex again, shooting themselves in the foot on offense. That's their 4th offensive penalty.
And that's tough as an offense if you're trying to move the ball, to put yourself back a little bit. Doesn't take any time off the clock, but it doesn't do any favors, especially with the coach going into halftime, because he's going to be in your ear about that one.
Over on the 28-yard, or rather no, farther back, that ball started on the 28, now over on the 33-yard line. They have to gain about 1 yard per second left on the clock. Drago, one-on-one on the bottom of your screen. He looks the other way for Perini. Long, flushed out, and he's brought down. He gets rid of the football first. An electric tackle by Filippone, though, to force that incomplete pass.
And you can see on this play that Hanover Park has gone away from that jam and the jam and zone over the top. And what they did was they went right back to their regular defense. And right there you could see, again, great pursuit and great downhill running by Hanover Park just to force that out. And now it's a second down, but it's a long second down play.
Well, it's a good thing he got out of the pocket, too, because there wasn't anybody over there.
There was no one open on that right side.
Perini was covered. They're flipping him around, but they're keeping Parks on Perini. And they got Tantawi on Drago at the top. Long, looking Parks' way, floating one, and Parks breaks it up. Perini, a notch below irate about the call, but I think Parks, all he really did was get in his way. He didn't hand fight him or anything.
No, and it was just a simple corner or flag route from down below. Parks read that beautifully. He stayed on top of the defender, meaning he was closer to the end zone than the receiver was, and he made a great break on that ball, and he made a play for the ball. Therefore, both offensive and defensive players have equal right to the ball, and I think that's where some people get confused. So if he's going for the football, there is no pass interference as long as he's trying to make a play on the ball.
Check out this number. Parks is 5'7", Perini is 6'3". It's an 8-inch height difference between the two, and Parks has been covering him quite well all game. And that time didn't have help from Kovacs. Kovacs favoring Drago's side. They fire over towards the corner. DeMilo was actually back in coverage that time. P.J. DeMilo, the outside linebacker, getting involved in the pass defense, and that one flies incomplete.
And you can see West Essex trying to mix and match their receivers, trying to get the matchup that they want, but great coverage by the outside linebacker to be able to run with the receiver from West Essex. And right there, that shows the kind of athleticism that Hanover Park has in their outside linebackers. Not only do they come up as run stoppers, make big tackles on those run plays, but they're able to get back and be able to cover on the long passes as well.
They try to get it to St. Gilo. Long and St. Gilo have hooked up once for 2 yards so far today in the air. St. Gilo on the ground is a 13-yard touchdown. It'll be 4th down and 15. The West Essex fans are now bringing out the flashlights on their phone. The do-or-die moment here, and now Hanover Park wants to make sure that they call the perfect play. We're going to make sure that we have the perfect call for you after this break on Big State Sports.
Day baskets, special occasion and wedding party favors, corporate and brand gifting. We can customize everything and create almost anything out of chocolate. Order online at Anjou.com or visit our store at 8D Hart Street in Morristown, because chocolate fixes everything.
Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy, located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at Better with.
4th down and 15 with 14 seconds left. Long in the half. Gonna fire towards the end zone. Nobody home. It's picked off. Huge interception from Jack Kovacs, his 4th of the season. Hanover Park will pick the ball up with 7 seconds left.
And Jack Kovacs just having the game of his life right now. First he throws a pass for a touchdown. He catches a touchdown. Now he has an interception. Right now he's just playing safety in the middle of the field. You can see that the defense, again, they tried to jam the receivers up front. No one was open. Post over the middle. Great coverage all around. It was just underthrown. Quarterback was rushed a little bit, and you can see that a nice interception. Great play. And now, again, momentum in Hanover Park's side going into the half.
So do you think they run a little trickery, or do they just kneel down? I think that might be the better choice. You never know with this team, though. They did do 2 pretty crazy things at the beginning of this game.
This is the kneel formation.
Kneel down package from Borello. He's got to make sure he doesn't go into the end zone, though. And he does do that, so Borello will wind the clock down. Hanover Park will head over into the half with a 21-15 lead over the number 2 team in North Group 3, up by 6 points. We'll take a break. When we come back, halftime entertainment on Big State Sports.
Pipeworks Services, providing quality plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical services, and insulation for 20-plus years. Our unwavering commitment to excellent service has earned us the trust of North and Central New Jersey communities. Call us today at 973-298-1961 to experience our dependable and caring expertise.
Have you or someone you love been seriously injured? The personal injury lawyers of Einhorn, Barbarito, Frost, Botwinick, Nunn, and Musmano can help you seek compensation to ease the road of recovery ahead. To learn more, visit us at einhornlawyers.com. Einhorn Barbarito, with you every step of the way.
KJM Financial, helping families navigate the college application and financial aid process since 1988. Visit njcollegeguy.com to schedule your free consultation today.
David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes.
Hi, my name is Andrew Shaka. I'm one of the owners here at New Jersey Siding and Windows. We are a family-owned residential remodel firm. Everything we offer here is quality and comes with great warranties. If it's a residential home, there's no home too big for us to work on.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times.
Well, no, I would tell people less they graduate. They don't have nothing. They would be done. All right. Take care.
I can start with him out. It's not like cheese.
Let's hear it for the OP dance team. Next up, we have the West Essex Cheer. Let's hear it for the West Essex Cheer. Now we have the Hanover Park Cheer. Okay, for the Hanover Park Quarter. And now, entering the field for tonight's halftime entertainment, the pride of East Hanover and Swan Park, your Hanover Park Golden Hornet Marching Band. This year's performance is titled Toro. The show will include music from the Rolling Stones, performed with a Latin twist. It will include fan favorites such as Satisfaction, Angie, and Painted Black. The band is led onto the field by drum majors Peter Nemeth and Brenda Moreno Arias. They are under the direction of Adam Rack and David Finkelstein. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy as the 2024 Golden Hornet Marching Band presents Toto. Let's hear it for the Hanover Park Golden Hornet Marching Band. Get your 50-50s ready. 50-50 ticket is worth a whopping $350. Ticket number 417-1209. 4171209. Please report to the press box. Here's the number, 417-1209. 417-1209. Worth $350.
Let's come back at 1 minute. I'll run through the ads. I wasn't able to get them on the screen because I forgot that where they were. Now I see what they are.
And up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Jen Basilino of the Kosher Real Estate Group, LLC, is a Morris County top real estate agent and New Jersey Circle of Excellence Award winner year over year that takes the time and care to understand your real estate needs and concerns. She's extremely successful in representing clients in selling and purchasing a home, new construction, townhouses, million-dollar homes, rentals, and even commercial properties. Call her today at 973-202-2103.
Wow, what a shot as we come back from halftime here in Big State Sports. Now, it is not a full moon. It is a waning gibbous moon because the full, I think, was yesterday. But it has been full moon fever out here on the field with Hanover Park, the number 2 team in North Group 2, on top of the West Essex Knights, the number 2 team in North Group 3, by a score of 21-15. And our halftime temperature is brought to you by our friends at ICS. Keeping you cool when it's hot, warm when it's cold. Go to ICSHVAC.com. It is 54 degrees here in East Hanover, New Jersey. And we'd also like to thank our friends at JAG Physical Therapy, Tracy Franco of Coldwell Banker, Super Chicks, Online Computer, Paul Miller, Zeifman Ortho, All Class, and our friends at Nielsen Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. They have over 600 available pre-owned vehicles to choose from. All vehicles are thoroughly inspected and most are certified. Come save today the Nielsen Way at 175 Route 10 in East Hanover, New Jersey. So Hanover Park up 21-15. Zach Smolin and Nick Dilworth hanging out with you in Eastern Morris County. And Galeotto fires a line drive. And this will roll out of bounds. And yeah, this has been a thing for Galeotto all year, but I don't. It almost looks like it is on purpose for him to drill it over to the corner because they don't ever like to kick it to the middle. It's almost like they would rather give the 35 yards.
Right, and especially with the big return that ended the first half. You know, you had Drago take it all the way back to their own 40. So when it comes to kickoffs, the last thing you want to do is kick it to the best player, right? So you want to kick it away from them, and if it goes out of bounds, you'd rather take it on on their 35 than your own 40.
That is very true, especially, he got it all the way downfield. Hanover Park had to come up with a big Jack Kovacs interception to stop it. As here's Phillips, and he's brought down by McDougal.
And now I'm going to tell you, this is something that I guarantee you Coach Fulton and the defense worked on, was how do you stop Phillips up the middle? So you're going to probably watch Mr. Lopez. You're going to watch those guys up in the middle there really focus on stopping Phillips and those dives from tackle to tackle on the inside.
So it's interesting. So Phillips only had 24 rushing yards in the first half, but they were very effective, and that was hampered by a loss, and then he had a couple of 1-yard gains mixed in there. West Essex ran the ball 22 times for 89 yards in the first half, passed it 11 times for 44 yards, and averaged 4 yards a play on the nose pretty much as they fire outside to Drago. Tantawi's right there, and he needs a little help from his friends as well as Drago is brought down in a pickup of about 6 yards as Drago was limited in the first half as well, just one catch for 37 yards.
And right there, what you have Hanover Park in a man-to-man defense. They're saying to Tawi, we need your best effort right now. Go against the big kid. Do what you can. He's giving him a little bit of cushion, but I'll tell you, there's a swarm, pun intended.
There you go.
of Hornets that are coming right to the ball carrier all the time, and they're playing sideline to sideline football, and that's the most you can ask out of them, giving you a third down and an opportunity to stop them.
Well, and it's rally tackling, right? That's something this team has to be good at because they're often undersized against their opponents. A give to Phillips. He's got it up the middle, more for a first down, and he's up there for a gain of about 6 yards.
And this is what Phillips and West Essex is really good at, is they're good at driving the ball down the field. They're good at running the ball between, from tackle to tackle, and that's what they're going to. I bet you that's what they're. And when they went to the locker room, that's what they talked about was, hey, let's stick with what's working right now. Deep passes aren't working. Hanover Park's doing a great job locking down our big receivers. Let's keep trying to draw them in and then try and hit a big one a little bit later on.
This stat's very interesting. So Hanover Park obviously are outscoring. They're up by 6 points, but West Essex had more than double the amount of offensive plays. As here comes Garcia dancing, and now he works his way to the outside, finds a seam, and is forced out. Pickup of about 4, and a flag goes flying for a late hit.
And this is the problem that's plagued Hanover Park this entire game is penalties, and some of them undisciplined, some of them holding. You had a pass interference at the end of the first drive over there on the right-hand side, and now all of a sudden you have a late hit. So these are things that they're going to have to clean up, especially if they're moving towards, if they want to move forward in the playoff picture.
Yeah, especially in games, and again, strangely enough, against Essex County opponents, they've just been hampered by penalties. Now it seemed like they had a lot more in the first half, but they only have 5, and they lost 40 yards from it. But now it's 1 for 15 here on the personal foul.
Right, and those 40 yards were a big 40 yards. And it makes field position really, really tough. You just went from having a long third down to now a first down, and they're almost inside the red zone.
Sangilo, he's hustling outside, and a big shoestring tackle there. And once again, it's Joey Tantawi to run in there and get the job done. He's been electric out of that corner position.
And Joey Tantawi has a real big job on his hands. Not only does he have to shut down the receiver who's much taller than him on the outside, but then he has to come up and make tackles on sweeps. So he's really right now, he's playing his heart out, and he's doing the best job that he can. And right now he's being very, very successful.
This opening drive of the second half is brought to you by Open Road Mazda of Morristown. Drive with confidence. Drive with Open Road Mazda of Morristown. Check the link below for more details as we come to you live from the Manitoba Bear broadcast booth. Check out mblawfirm.com for all of life's biggest plays and legal needs. Second down and about 8. Sangilo was working to the outside. They love running the football. I mean, again, they did it at a 2-to-1 ratio compared to the pass. Phillips again as the tailback in a pair of wings. Sangilo and Garcia. Long, dropping back to pass. Looking over to the corner now, wheel route, fires over the middle, and Kovacs got his hand on the football, but it was caught by Drago for an enormous first down.
Right, and right there, you can see West Essex trying to pull those linebackers in with a couple nice soft runs. They get a big penalty. They try and throw it deep, and you have a nice play from your playmaker of Drago getting it, moving the sticks, getting the first down, and now really putting them in a position where they can score some points.
And, the offensive line did a great job. Not a lot of pressure on Long that time around, so they were able to have plenty of time and let that play start to develop. Now the HP Creatures trying to will their defense. It's another give. Phillips. And not much to go on as he runs into his odd Parks and Company. He'll pick up about, actually, did he get 4 yards on that? I think he did. He fell forward. And that's already his 13th carry.
And Hanover Park is saying, listen, we'll give up those outsides a little bit. We're not gonna let you run up the middle like you did the last time. And with secure tackling, they're filling the gaps that they need to be. It's just a very big front line for West Essex that is providing problems for the 3 defensive linemen of Hanover Park.
I was going to say the B gaps have really been the home so far for West Essex. The A not so much, and then off the tackles hasn't been amazing, but they've really been owning that space between the guards and the tackles as they go outside Garcia. Garcia bounces right back in, and there we go. So it wasn't there up the middle, but he was able to go back inside and get 3.
And that's just based on that belly, the wing T formation plays. That was belly to the right to the top side. Great fill by the Sam linebacker coming up, forcing the runner to cut back in, and he's only able to escape with 1 to 2 yards, giving us a 3rd and long.
This will be a huge first down for West Essex as they continue to work the clock already in the 3rd quarter. Already had the football for over 4.5 minutes. Perini at the bottom of your screen. No Drago. Long, looking Perini's way, and the pass is complete. He'll fall down inside the 5, a big first down, a pickup of 6, and I like that play that time by Perini. Didn't try to do too much with it, picked up the football, fell over for the first down, and made sure he couldn't get the ball stripped away or worse.
And it's a pretty big cushion provided by the defensive backs of Hanover Park. They're giving a lot of space between where they're covering from where the receiver is, and that's because they did get burned a few times in that first half where the receiver was able to get behind them. They were able to come back and make nice plays. So you see them really giving a little bit of space. Not as much room right now down when they're inside the 5.
Drago's at the top of your screen. They send a man in motion. It's Cole DeMarco. And now he's over on the right side. Phillips finds a seam up the middle. Touchdown. And Phillips with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. He gains 5, and this game is tied up at 21.
Right here, you're going to see the guards pull. Tackle's able to come down. They're able to block and seal off the linebacker. Nice pancake block by number 71 for West Essex, who was able to turn and really open up that hole for Phillips to run through to get a 2nd touchdown of the game.
All right, so here we go with the extra point. And it goes up and it spirals away, but it still stays inside of the upright and good. Boy, could Hanover Park have used the missed extra point there. But Warmington able to make it, and he's 2 for 2.
That was a big rush by the Hanover Park defensive line. They were really trying to go out and, make sure that this was only a tie game going in. West Essex right now has the 1-point advantage, and they have a little bit of momentum. They were able to drive right down the field on that. I think the penalties did help them. And that's something that Hanover Park's really going to have to clean up, especially towards the latter half of their season.
And a lot of credit to West Essex. Again, they're doing what all good teams do. If the other team gives you something, they take it. They scored off the turnover, and they've done a really nice job moving the football after each penalty. So here we go with Warmington. 2 deep to receive. It'll be Kovacs, who does have a kick return touchdown, and Joey Filippone, who seems like he's got 20 yards of return so far today. As they eat up 5 minutes and 17 seconds on the opening drive of the half. Warmington gets some leg under it, and Filippone will grab it. Filippone slashing to the inside over the 35 again, and it'll be down at the 38-yard line as Borello and company will take the field. Now, Hanover Park had 3 different pass throwers in the first half. Borello was 7 for 8 for 108 yards and an interception. Kovacs was 1 for 1 for 70 yards and a TD. And Joey Tantawi was 1 for 1 for 4 yards. HP passed the ball 10 times for 182 yards. That's 18.2 yards per play. And they only ran the ball 6 times for 16 yards. So it was all about the air, and it was all about big chunk plays. Remember, they only ran 16 plays in the first half to West Essex's 33.
And that's a big difference right there. West Essex, known to ground and pound, kept the ball for a long time, and basically it wore on Hanover Park in their defense.
They want to run the ball again. Here's Filippone, and he's wrapped down. Filippone will pick up 8 as he's wrestled to the ground by the 54 of Joseph Petrullo.
And it just seems that Filippone, he gets the ball so deep that he runs so far for what you would think would be much further gain. He's so fast and so explosive that he hits that hole. Man, it looks like he ran 20 yards.
So Philippone again in the backfield, 4 receivers, 2 on either side of the tackles. Frankie Ayasa on the right tackle, Frankie Falco Jr. the left tackle. DeMilo in motion, they give back to Philippone, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. A huge play by the 70 of Michael Conforti. And now some of these big D linemen starting to become a factor.
And Michael Conforti right there, he was able to make a nice, strong bull rush move up the middle. Unfortunately, it seemed that Hanover Park was pulling the guard at that time, and he was able to get in the back pocket and disrupt what would have been a nice gain, as Hanover Park did seal the outside coming around the edge.
3rd down and 2. Hanover Park right around midfield. Let's see if they go back to the short passing game, although they do have Zerpoli as the H-back. Borello fires. Tentawi, he's got the first. Over the 50 and down around the 45-yard line. 1st down, Hanover Park. Pickup of 8 for Joey Tentawi in the air.
And that was just an RPO or run pass option, nicely drawn up. Borelli, as he runs towards the end of the line, he's seeing what the linebacker does. If the linebacker comes up to try and tackle him, he throws it. If the linebacker sits on the pass, he'll turn and run it up. A few times in the first half, he was able to get some big gains going when they moved the ball down the field. This time, the linebacker decided to come up and try and get him again, stop him, and he was able to dish the ball out, which was a nice 1st down play.
Tantawi has 3 catches for 27 yards on the game. Darian Ayana-Cone has 2 catches for 116 yards. As Hanover Park try to crash it up the middle, and nowhere to go is Asmir Parks. He actually loses a yard. That's his first carry of the game.
And Conforti was the guy right there that he blew up that play. He came firing right through, and it gave Yasmir, he had no chance to be able to move anywhere. He got stuck behind a line, and then you could see West Essex swarm to make that tackle.
HP going with their speed back now in Asmir Parks. That was his first touch of the contest. Asmir so far this season, 33 rushes for 161 yards, a hat trick of touchdowns. He's also been good in the receiving game. A baker's dozen catches for 148 yards. Borello fakes the give to Parks. Now Borello on the outside on the designed run, and he's brought down from behind by Brady Phillips after picking up a very long one. It'll be 3rd and 10.
And right now you can see West Essex is just teeing off. They're bringing their linebackers. The defensive front is doing a great job of getting a good push. And there's a little bit of momentum on that West Essex side. There's a little bit of confidence in there, and they're really coming hard at Borello and the offense of Hanover Park.
Keep an eye down here as West Essex now has the 54 of Joseph Petrullo in coverage on the slot receiver PJ DeMilo. So that's a very favorable matchup. I wonder if after a couple of runs we might see a play fake and a slant. See if they take advantage of that matchup. 3rd down and 9. Looks like there's one linebacker blitzing. No, they just sent 3. They're back in pass coverage, and it's ahead of Parks. Parks tries to get over the 40. He limps over the 40 with somebody on his back heel, and he'll get about 5 yards, Asmir Parks, and it looks like he is down after the play, and he took quite the wallop on that one.
And right there, West Essex decided to drop back into zone coverage. Again, they're disguising their coverage as well, mixing between man and zone. They sat back into zone coverage, and it didn't look like there was any opportunity, to throw the ball deep. They had to check down to their receiver, which was Parks, and he ends up being short on that.
He gets a nice gain, and we'll step aside on Big State Sports while he's being tended to.
Creating great food for our customers.
Everything is made daily using real fresh ingredients, and you can taste the difference.
We specialize in creating gluten-free options for our customers, all prepared in a separate area so there's no cross-contamination.
We also pride ourselves on providing unparalleled catering for events big and small.
We love what we do.
Stop into Pascarella Brothers.
You'll taste the difference.
Open Road Mazda of Morristown is your go-to for reliable and affordable vehicles. We offer a wide range of options to match your style and needs. First-time buyers, discover the joy of buying with confidence with our 5-day money-back guarantee. Your journey begins here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown.
Go ahead, take a deep breath. Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
You think you need to do something academically for your child this summer, but you're not sure what? Come see us at Sylvan. We know exactly how to help your child, and it's fun here. Be proactive and make learning part of your summer schedule. Visit sylvansummer.com today.
All right, so Asmere Parks is helped over near the bench area, and the ball now will be placed on the 41-yard line. Hanover Park looking like they're going to punt, although the last time that they looked like they were going to punt, they threw the football. So Tantawi with his toes on the 50-yard line, and, well, back in their base defense are West Essex as Kovacs goes in motion. They have nobody deep to receive, and now they seem confused over on the outside. Tantawi is going to punt it. It's a little pooch punt, and it's going to roll quite the distance. And it'll end up right around the 18-yard line. So a punt of about 28 yards net, but they do pin him inside the 20, and that's a nice play for Hanover Park.
Right, and that's the right play in the coach's book. You're at home, you're down by 1. You want to pin them deep. You want to try and stop that. What you're going to do right now is really try and slow down their run game. They have 2 minutes, 53 seconds till the end of the quarter. So you really want a 3-and-out right now, force them to kick, and give yourselves on offense a great field position to start. So in the coach's handbook, that's the right call right there, is to try and kick it, pin them deep. Unfortunately, they didn't get the roll they wanted, but they're starting on the 18 is not a bad spot.
It'll be an 82-yard field for West Essex. I think this is their worst field position they've had. Long goes under center in an I formation this time. Phillips as the fullback, Garcia as the tailback, or rather St. Gilo as the tailback as Garcia lines up as a tight end. Here's St. Gilo, finds room right up the middle, and a great gain. He picks up 8 yards, and that's just what West Essex wanted, and that's exactly what Hanover Park wants to avoid.
Right, West Essex, their linemen, they're really getting to the second level. Again, they're going after those linebackers. They're able to wall them off, to pin them on the inside. Defensive line is having a real tough time trying to make plays on the inside. Linebackers are struggling because they're now getting blocked. They have 1 or 2 guys on them. And the running backs are doing a great job finding those holes. They're able to scamper inside and out, and they're picking up 7, 8, and that's what West Essex is known for.
2nd down and 2, so, again, right in this playbook. And here's Jake Long from the shotgun. Long takes the low snap. It's a designed run. He moves out of the way of his guards and a couple of defenders, picks up 4 and another first down. And, every time Jake Long has touched this football, he's gained a lot of positive yardage so far today. He's got 4 rushes for 21 yards.
Right, and the quarterback's the one guy who's usually unaccounted for on a defense. You have your 11 guys, and he's the guy that, although you may be sending blitzers, it's tough to assign one guy to him unless you try and spy. And right now he's taking advantage of the fact that he's got great receivers on the outside, and they're able to run the ball real well.
West Essex under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. 1 receiver, it's Drago. As on the counter play, they go again with Garcia, who hasn't had a ton of success today, but this time falls forward and picks up about 7. Garcia had just 4 rushes for 19 yards in the first half.
And right there, they just went, they just tried to wheel outside. They gave a nice little toss on the outside. By pulling guards, and with the defense that Hanover Park has, they're covering the center with a nose guard, and they're covering the 2 tackles with defensive tackles. No one's on the guards. And if those linebackers aren't providing the pressure to try and confuse those guards, they're able to pull left and right very easily, and it's providing, dividends for West Essex as they're able to scoot up inside.
They're doing a great job setting up 2nd downs and short as Garcia now at the bottom of your screen in the I set. They give it, and a big bring down over by the 30-yard line. Hanover Park with a massive tackle as they're able to wave down the 20 of St. Gilo, and he loses 3.
Right, and you're going to see that they do have tight ends in there as well, and those tight ends right now as extra blockers are really, their job is to try and force those linebackers to, give them a half a second. It didn't provide, there wasn't much success right there as the linebackers were able to slip those blocks and make a nice stop, but that's the operator or the operation right there for West Essex is just to try and put as many blockers as we can in front of our guys, grind out the clock and grind out yardage.
Well, they'll grind out the clock right here all the way down to 000s. They do not have to run a play before the quarter ends, so we will end quarter number 3. West Essex with the lone score on the board in the second half so far as the Knights are on top, 22-21. A dozen minutes left to play, and we'll see what they got next on Big State Sports.
Athletic Fields of America in Montville, New Jersey has become an industry leader in synthetic turf. Serving the greater New York, New Jersey, and Eastern PA regions, we have delivered hundreds of both synthetic turf and natural grass sports fields for youth and recreational levels all the way up to the highest standards and requirements of the NCAA. Our goal with every project is to provide our customers with exceptional workmanship, extraordinary service, and professional integrity while constructing a superior product that you can enjoy for years to come. Visit athleticfieldsofamerica.com.
Welcome back here on Big State Sports as West Essex lead Hanover Park 22-21 in the newest edition of the Cardone Cup. First time in 4 years these two teams have played. Completion outside to Drago, and Tatawi pushed him back, and now it takes another tackler. It's a first down and a brilliant play by the 6'2 Drago.
And right there, they're just taking advantage of Drago's height and athleticism. They hit him on a quick out route, three-step drop. Didn't allow time for the pressure to get there. And on that third down play, that's what West Essex wanted to do, is move the chains, get a fresh set of downs. And now you're going to see them go back to running the ball right up the middle, right off tackle, really working that clock.
Back from the Manitoba Bear broadcast booth, this fourth quarter brought to you by Jag Physical Therapy, Tracy Franco of Coldwell Banker, Super Chicks, Online Computer, Paul Miller, Zeifman with our all-class glass, and Nielsen. Singilo cuts back inside, gets another big block, and gets himself over to the 47-yard line. Another nice gain to pick up of 8.
That was a real explosive run. Once he made that cut, he took off real quick. He was shot out of a cannon right there. Well, and when you're a running back, that's really that's the key to success right there. Is you want to put your foot in the ground, one cut, get uphill as fast as you can. But he exploded through that cut, and it didn't give time for the linebackers or the defensive line to really react. And he was all of a sudden, he was gone, and now all of a sudden it's an 8-yard gain.
So another second down and short. There's been a ton of these on this drive for West Essex. Drago one-on-one with Tentawi. We've said that a lot today. Singilo in motion. Right as the H-back, they give to Garcia. HP penetrates the offensive line, and there goes Garcia, but multiple flags in the backfield. That usually means one thing.
It's a hold.
And it is indeed a hold on West Essex, as we do get a very excited fan on Hanover Park standing up, showing the holding sign and pointing it the other direction. That was a great run by Garcia, and clearly the offensive line frustrated after that play.
Right, and the hold was on the tackle tight end on the front side of where the ball was going. He was holding linebackers. The linebacker tried to come up and fill, and that's why there's refs, ladies and gentlemen. They're here to make sure that the game is played fairly.
Well, for sure. I mean, Hanover Park's been guilty of a bunch of them as well, too. I mean, there hasn't been one flag this game that you and I had our hands on the back of the head being like, what? Like, every single one of them's been warranted. Honestly, they've called a great game.
They have. It's been pretty fair across the board. Problem is that, as a ref, you don't want to be known for calling penalties. You want the game to go as smooth or as clean as possible, and fortunately, both teams are a little undisciplined in this game.
I would imagine they don't really want to throw flags, but they have to. You got to keep order in the games. Second down at about 12. Long, under pressure. Long is pulled down. He throws the football away. And the Hanover Park faithful are dying right now for an intentional ground.
And that was a huge blitz right up the middle. They brought both middle linebackers up through the A-gaps. Right now the officials are trying to discuss, was he outside of the tackle? Was there any receivers in the area? Or was he in the grasp, as they would say?
They're going to get it. And Coach Fullen, who's been a little bit uncharacteristically cool, calm, and collected today, went out a very short distance off the sideline, not halfway down the field as we'll see him, and he did signal the intentional grounding before. So that is a loss of down as well. So it'll be a third down and incredibly long for West Essex. And that blitz up the middle, they didn't get the sack, but they got the result of a sack.
Right, and that was a nicely timed blitz. And if you blitz those linebackers up the middle, it also prevents the guards from pulling. And West Essex has been very successful pulling those guards left and right, and they were able to seal those linebackers. Now they have to stay home and try and pick those up. And the linebackers, it's much easier coming straight forward downhill to take those guards and push them backwards, especially on a passing play.
So it'll be third down and 28. They can convert it, though, if they use Perini or Drago. Long in a passing situation. He's going to roll over to his left. There's already a flag in the air. They're going to fire one downfield. Another flag. Drago's going to make the catch, but it looked like he may have pushed off. So let's see what the call is over there. There were flags all over the place. So even an offsetting penalty negates it, although anything against Hanover Park is great news for the Knights.
Right, we're going to have to see. There's going to probably be a little conference of the men in the striped shirts right now to hash out all these flags. And that's the tough part about being an official is even if you throw a flag, there could be more down the line. So you have to always be paying attention to the game. And these guys don't have favorite teams here. They're just doing the best that they can, and it's not very easy.
I will say what was interesting about Drago is the way his body was moving. So we have a face mask against the defense. That's it.
And a face mask against the defense should be at the end of the run.
Wow. So, but there were some flags in the backfield as well. Not quite sure what those ended up being for. I guess nothing. So we did talk. That's exactly what we said. They could convert if it ends up being over to Drago, and that's exactly what they did.
Right now, Coach Fulton's giving an earful to the official on the backside. I believe he was looking for the push-off or that offensive pass interference. Again, both the receiver and the defensive back are supposed to have equal opportunity of the ball, and neither can prevent the other from catching it while the ball is in the air.
The one thing I would say is the way that Drago's body was moving, it looked like he had some backwards momentum and his arms out because I was keeping an eye on that spot on the field. That doesn't mean anything. I didn't see a push, but it looked like the body language of a push. Nonetheless, a massive pickup of over 30 yards for Drago and a big first down. West Essex driving down the field. They can take a much bigger lead here as rolling forward. And the ball is out, rolling away. There is a flag at the end of the play. There was a whistle, though, so it's definitely no fumble. And Brady puts it in there.
I think it's going to be a personal foul and a late hit. You know, right now the referees are going to have to try and get some order in this game. That was it was a little bit right at the end of the whistle and a pretty tough shot. So now West Essex is going to be marching back another 15.
So this has been a big problem now for West Essex. You know, they go a few steps forward, they're taking a few back. Ultimately, they have a net gain, but that is a brutal personal foul to take as they lose 15 yards and they lose the run too.
Correct. So now this puts Hanover Park in a little bit better spot as when West Essex has 1st and 10, they're able to get those 3 or 4 yards on a quick run and then find themselves in a better situation. Right now, their playbook doesn't really constitute a 2nd and 20.
DeMilo's going to cover Garcia. Long design run to the outside. Long over the line of scrimmage. He's hit by Tentawi, and he gets a really good gain. As he's going to pick up 5 yards, so it'll still be 20 to go. That's not a bad play, though, by Long. 3rd down.
Right, it was a designed run, and the wide receivers are being so skillful as they are, the defensive backs have to cover them. So when they go deep, you're really vacating that side of the field, allowing for huge alleys for the quarterback or running back to come through. He was able to be patient, swing around the side, and make a big gain.
Now, Hanover Park have 2 really talented inside linebackers in terms of Lopez and Filippone. That forced their best OLB to the outside into Milo, allowing for a much larger seam. 3rd down and 20. They converted on 3rd and 28. Long drops back. Perrin on the stop and go. Perini deep. Does he have it? And no, he doesn't. Joey T does it again. Perini was nearly open, and he didn't come up with the football at the end of the catch. It'll be 4th and 20, and Hanover Park stops him.
And you can see that on the outside, they did not fall for the stop and go. The only issue I have right there with not throwing a flag is that there was no attempt made for the ball. It did hit him in the back of the helmet, but what a defensive play by Hanover Park right now, giving him a good spot. Now it's 4th and really long, and again, the coach's book say, especially when you're up by 1, is to punt the ball, pin them deep, and try and force them to go the distance, especially in the 4th quarter.
And there's a lot of time left on the clock too, so if Hanover Park do march down the field and score, West Essex have proven that they can make some big plays as well. Tentawi deep to receive, toes on the 15-yard line. Hanover Park sending a lot in the box. The punt goes up from Drago and will twirl on bounce. Is it going to go in the end zone? Yes, it will. Despite the best efforts of Giaquinto. Wow, what an acrobat. That was quite the play right there. He was showing off his gymnastic abilities, but he nearly saved it.
That was an unbelievable play, trying to, doing a forward flip into the end zone. But what a kick.
Yeah.
That had some serious hang time. The ball was a spiral. I mean, that kid's an athlete. He can do it all.
So we got to have a final. Wayne Valley taking down Mount Olive. Mount Olive earns their 3rd loss of the season, but watch out because the Ship is a tough place. So if they host a playoff game, they'll probably advance a couple of rounds.
They are very tough. And last time I checked the score, Mendham was up 28-0 over Montville.
Wow.
So that's
I was going to say, I picked that.
that is a great pick.
Not the score, but the pick. Mendham has been running like crazy. Outside, Filippone now. He's going to throw the football, and he completes it. Jack Kovacs, but Drago's going to catch him because he's Drago. And Kovacs will work his way out of bounds. I had no doubt in my mind that Drago was going to catch him, but not for one moment. Kovacs is fast. Drago is a D1 lacrosse prospect.
And you're going to watch right now, again, taking advantage of the aggressive nature of West Essex. They run the jet pass, the jet right across. Receiver's able to slip back there, but watch the second gear, the third gear that Drago has. Tries to strip the ball out, but it does inevitably make the stop at a huge gain for Hanover Park.
I've never seen a football team have a pass completed by 4 different players. They've done it today. Here's Borello. He's going to work himself up the middle and get himself fairly close as he picks up 6 yards on the ground. Hanover Park have not run the ball, and they haven't run it particularly well either, but a nice game for Borello.
And the passing game does set up the run game for Borello. So you do have to cover all these receivers, all these talented skill guys on the outside that spreads out the defense. And now the running lanes are up the middle for Borello to scoot his way up for some pretty big gains. And that was a nice 6-yard run.
Borello with Filippone will be second down and a long 4. Kovacs in motion. And it is a screen to him. Great block by Tentawi. Nearly shoestring tackle. They'll get down around the 20. And he's got the first down and maybe a little bit more there. Pickup of 6, maybe 7.
Kovacs is really having just a great game. He came to play tonight. You could see both sides of the ball. Excuse me.
It's all right.
He got me all choked up. Both sides of the ball, throwing, catching, defensive plays. But this is the kind of drive that Hanover Park needs. Now they need to stay disciplined, keep those flags off the field, and work their way into the end zone.
Let's see what West Essex can do here. The Knights have been unbelievable on defense this season. They have 15 sacks on the year, none today. DeMilo alone at the bottom of your screen as Filippone goes on the option to the outside, and he's just laid down. A huge hit from the number 70 of Conforti, and he's having himself quite the game as well.
Right, on the defensive side of the ball, Conforti is just a disruptor right now. He's pinning his ears back. He's going straight forward, and he's really making a mess of things in the backfield for Hanover Park. They're going to have to find some way to either double team or slide over and have some help to pick him up because he's a one-man wrecking crew right now.
Second down and 10 from the 21-yard line. Tentawi and Ayana Cone, I believe, are on the bottom of your screen. At the top, that means you have Kovacs and DeMilo. Borello looking left, fires, completes, and Tentawi falls down on his own accord, a pickup of 9 yards.
And right there, West Essex is trying to give a lot of space. They don't want to give up that big play again, so Hanover Park taking advantage of the big cushion, running quick outs to the outside. They're able to move the ball down the field, and they're trying to let some time off the clock. They don't want to give West Essex any more time than they have to.
Third and about 1.5. Borello checks back for change in play calls. They'll move Filippone now from his, oh, no, but he's going to stay on his left. Clock continues to tick down. When the play is over, it'll be under 5 minutes. Borello's going to keep it. He needs 3 yards. Did he get it? Yes, he did, and far more as it keeps moving forward over around the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 8 by Borello. He and Filippone both have 8-yard carries today. It's a first down. Hanover Park knocking on the door.
Right, and again, by spreading the ball out, by throwing the screens, by throwing the swing passes, it pulls those linebackers out, tacklers away, and you're able to run the ball up the middle. Great job, and they're taking advantage of that Conforto running hard on the outside, and they're coming underneath him.
At risk of the air horn, I am going to open the window a little bit so I can see better. Borello with Filippone on his right side now. Drago is lined up in coverage on Tantawi. There's no center, or rather, there's no center field safety right in the middle, but it feels a little short for that. Filippone on the outside and a flag. And it looks like Hanover Park's moving back. First and goal on a false start. We'll push them back. They'll set up at the 11.
And that's not what Hanover Park needed right there. They needed to get that ball inside the 5. They want to make it as short a run as possible. Look to see if they take advantage of the space that's being given on the outsides. Those corners, though, they're very, very quick. They're very athletic. So if there is a pass, it's got to be a bullet to make sure that there is a completion.
I will say this opens up their screen game as Borello dances, and the pass is incomplete. There's a flag as Iana Cone was tackled while the ball was in the air.
Right now, I don't know if this is going to be pass interference or not, because once the ball is tipped, it becomes a live ball. It looks like it was tackled before the ball was tipped, but once the ball is tipped, it's then a live. It's then a live ball. It's then live, and then anyone can tackle anyone on that play. So I guess the tip was just a little bit after. The tip was a little bit after the tackle and that pass interference. It does give a first down, though, a new set of downs and better field position for Hanover Park.
I will say for this, I mean, he was tackled on his way to bringing it down. He was impeded in his chance to catch the football. So by that letter, yes. It's been happening for both teams, so no fan base can really be upset about the penalties call. Both teams have had plenty. They fake the reverse Iana Cone. Here's Borello, and Borello falls short. He picks up maybe one, maybe not even, about a half a yard.
And Borello was one block away from scampering into the end zone. Outside linebacker made a nice play on the edge, came up, was able to keep Borello, who's a very, very shifty runner, from getting himself outside, following that block and getting into the end zone.
For 5'9", 175, he runs pretty big. He runs like his brother, Mikey, who is much bigger than he was and a lot broader, too. Filippone joins him in the backfield. Now they move him. Zoperli as a tight end. There's Borello. He dives ahead. Did he get enough? And he is short. He'll be brought down right around the 3-yard line, so he'll pick up a few more.
So what Hanover Park's doing is they're putting that running back in motion. They're getting him one-on-one with the linebacker, trying to pull that linebacker outside, pull him away from the box. There was an X block on the end where the tackle or the guard went out, the tackle went in. They're trying to take advantage of that hard rush by West Essex and come underneath it.
Filippone was initially uncovered. I wonder if they'll put him back in the backfield. He's the guy that they love giving the football to in these goal-to-go situations. 3rd down and 3. Cardone Cup could come down to this. 22-21, West Essex on top. Borello's going to try again and not get enough, as he stopped for maybe a gain of 1, and now here we go. This is the football game.
And West Essex wasn't fooled at all. They, instead of going outside, you could see all the linebackers stayed in. They could feel that run was coming, and they were able to contain Borello, who is not easy to contain.
So now Zerpoli is out, their tight end. Coming in is P.J. DeMilo on the right side. 4th down and goal to go. West Essex up by 1. Tantawi in motion. Now there's 3 at the top of your screen. Darian Iana Cone is alone at the bottom. Hanover Park need 4 yards to keep themselves in this ball game as the clock ticks down.
They're going to call timeout.
And there we go. Coach Fulton does form the T with his hands. 2:07 left.
So
but the game is here.
Yeah, but they'll kick the field goal right now. Smart move by Coach Fulton. Give West Essex as little amount of time as possible. You're going to watch them. It's either going to be, my guess is they're going to try a field goal, might fake the field goal, see what West Essex does, and then you're going to watch that kickoff team. They're going to be instructed very strongly to make sure that they secure that tackle.
I'm sure they'll have them kick it out of bounds again. It's just a better option here. It's what, Drago gains 60 yards, or are you giving the ball at the 35?
I'll take the 35 every time.
Yeah, he'll take the 35 every single time. So Galeotto is coming in. He's 1 for 1 on field goals this season. He's made it from 31. This one's substantially shorter. It'll be a 21-yard field goal, somewhat akin to an extra point.
Now they're on the left hash, which for a righty kicker is nice because you don't have to come across your body. You can just push it right through the uprights. It is close. It's about.
But he is a lefty kicker.
Oh, he is a lefty. So
yes.
that does change things a little bit.
Galeotto.
It's like an extra point from the side.
31 for 32 and extra points. Now it's field goal time. It's up, and it's no good. Galeotto missed it. Galeotto did not get it through the uprights, and West Essex remained up by 1.
And that is the tough part, being a lefty kicker. He's got to pull it across his body. However, there's 2 minutes left, and Hanover Park has 2 timeouts. They do have the ball pinned deep within the 5. They're going to have to stop this run right now. From this angle, that did look like the kick was good, but as a lefty kicker, you have to kick across your body. A righty kicker just has to push it, can keep his hips open. Here, you have to pull your leg across your body and try and drive it through. Not an easy kick for any field goal kicker, especially that close and not having a lot of room.
And let's also, not go around the fact that it's a high-pressure kick, too.
Absolutely.
So it's almost impossible to get yourself in the right mindset. Ball on the 20-yard line. 125 seconds left to go. There's a carry and a bring down and no gain on the play. And Hanover Park immediately going to call a timeout. That was Brady Phillips on the carry.
And Hanover Park right now doing everything that they can. They need to stop this clock. They need to get that ball back. West Essex, this is right in their wheelhouse. All they want to do is they just need to churn the yards, get a first down. If they can move the sticks once, the game should be locked up for them. What a game, though. 22-21, 2 powerhouses. This is unbelievable finish.
This is brought to you by Nielsen Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram. Let them help you maintain your vehicle. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free with mounting and balancing. Come maintain today. The Nielsen Way at 175 Route 10 in East Hanover, New Jersey. Exactly 2 minutes left on the clock, and how big was what seemed like an innocent offside on an extra point that moved them in a yard closer and resulted in the 2-point conversion. That's the difference.
That is the difference in this game right now.
120 seconds, second down and 10. Or they're going to call it a long 9. They've got Perini up top, no Drago. They're in a tight running formation. Long. He'll give. Singilo speeds ahead. Singilo, first down, West Essex. As he picks up 10 yards, that's a massive first down. Hanover Park with 1 timeout.
Right now, you're not going to call a timeout. You got to see what happens on this next play. If you can get a stop, a sack for a loss, then that's when you're going to use it. If not, that's pretty much the game right now.
That run completely silenced the din that was occurring on this side of the football field.
Right, that took the air out of the stands.
90 seconds now, and they'll continue to let it wind down. The Knights came in 5-1. Group 3 school has won the past 4 matchups with Hanover Park, but there hasn't been any since 2020. And now a timeout called on the side of West Essex. And what a game this has been. I mean, just slugging back and forth. Both teams have had leads. West Essex has actually had the smaller leads in this game. Hanover Park were up 14 in the very beginning, and really penalties stalled them out. Penalties have bitten both teams, but it looks like the teeth have been sunk in a little bit deeper into the Hornets.
Right, and those are penalties that were controllable penalties, and I'm sure that that's going to be something that they focus on this week and all the weeks going forward on how to get their team to be better. You can't have that kind of undisciplined action, especially when it comes to time for that big playoff run that I know Hanover Park's looking for going forward.
Game's not over yet, but West Essex has run the ball incredibly well, especially when they need a big play. 71 seconds left on the clock. Tight formation.
Victory.
And they will just kneel it down.
Yeah, it's victory formation. So if they play the clock right, they should be able to wind it down. I think it's 40 seconds to run a play, and that'll bring him within 20 seconds, and that'll be the end of the game.
So Hanover Park, they got themselves in a position to win despite the penalties. They pulled everything out of the playbook in this game. And the West Essex Knights, just a little bit bigger, just a little bit faster, and just a little bit more disciplined today.
Right, and give them credit. They didn't panic when they were down by 14. You know, they did what they normally do. They ran the ball hard. They tried their best. And both teams tried their best. You know, both teams gave a real solid effort, and you couldn't ask more from a 1-point game.
And the Cardone Cup will stay in West Essex as they win this one by a score of 22-21. The West Essex Knights move up to 6-1 on the season. Hanover Park dropped to 6-1 on the season. And what was a fabulous effort by both sides. West Essex really deserved this one, though. Disciplined football throughout, making big plays when they need to. And how about that Anthony Drago?
And Anthony Drago really lived up to the hype that was presented before the game. Coach Chris saying that he's a once in a decade kind of a kid that comes through your program, and the fact that football isn't his main sport is so impressive. That this kid is even better in a different sport. But he was the real difference maker today. That kick return back, the touchdown, the long runs, the passes. I mean, he's an all-around player, and he also saved the touchdown run on the double pass. So, that kid was a difference maker in today's game.
Be sure to follow us at Big State Sports on TikTok and Instagram for our Open Road Miles of Morristown Player of the Game. For Julia Gosden, our Eye in the Sky, to Craig Scott, our producer. For Nick Dilworth, my partner in crime, my name is Zach Small, and remind you, as always, to stay frosty. And we'll see you next time on Big State Sports. Cardone Cup stays in West Essex. Long. He's going to give. Outside Sangilo, and Tantawi slows him down. Not enough. He stays on his feet. Touchdown. 13 yards. Working all game long. He's been a great short yardage back. Let's see if he can do it again. West Essex for the lead right now. Long under center. Phillips directly behind him. And Long's going to take it himself. Spin through. He's in for the 2-point conversion. So Long will make it over the 20, and he's wrapped down. And are they going to call him out of bounds for the clock to stop? And yes, they are. So Tantawi with an enormous pickup side. They'll have 62 seconds to try to get into the end zone as Galeotto warms up with the kicking net. Drago, the lone safety deep. They give. They fake the give. Kovacs touchdown! Oh, a beautiful play fake. All the way in the back. They're going to let it bounce. It's fielded by the big number 7. The Duke lacrosse commit wanders over the 30, and he only has to beat Galeotto. Galeotto with a huge play. Oh, Ryan Galeotto, the kicker, brings him down at the 39, and that was a touchdown-saving tackle. He looked the other way for Perini. Long, flushed out, and he's brought down. He gets rid of the football first. An electric tackle by Filippone, though, to force.
Located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at Better With.
4th down and 15 with 14 seconds left. Long in the half. Gonna fire towards the end zone. Nobody home. It's picked off. Huge interception from Jack Kovacs. Looking over to the corner now. Wheel route. Fires over the middle. And Kovacs got his hand on the football, but it was caught by Drago for an enormous first down. And now he's over on the right side. Phillips finds a seam. Up the middle. Touchdown. And Phillips with his second rushing touchdown. Move your screen in the eye set. They give it, and a big breakdown over by the 30-yard line. Hanover Park with a massive tackle of the Cardone Cup. First time in 4 years these two teams have played. Completion outside to Drago, and Tantawi pushed him back, and now it takes another tackler. It's a first down and a brilliant play by the 6th. Perrin on the stop and go. Perini deep. Does he have it? And no, he doesn't. Joey T does it again. Perini was nearly. I was gonna say I picked that.
that is a great pick.
Not the score, but the pick. Mendham has been running like crazy. Outside, Filippone now. He's gonna throw the football, and he completes it. Jack Kovacs, but Drago's gonna catch him because he's Drago. And Kovacs will work his way out of bounds.